Chapter 2891. Ling Roy, there's something I'm curious about. Tell me about it. I hope I can answer it for you. Ling Roy's attitude took a 180-degree turn. It was as if she had changed into another person. Since you have reached the peak of lower deity, you should be able to become a middle deity if you buy the condensation elixir. One condensation elixir cost 10,000 crystal stones. For a warrior at the peak of lower deity, 10,000 crystal stones for one condensation elixir was too cheap. Longao had always wanted to ask this question, but he did not have the time to ask Mabai and the others. Speaking of condensation elixir, Ling Roy's face turned pale. She sighed deeply. Thinking of condensation elixir, Ling Roy said helplessly, "You don't know. The condensation elixir and other elixirs sold in the market are not very expensive, but their effects are not very good." Longao was very clear about this. The condensation elixir that he made was not comparable to the other condensation elixirs sold in the market. "I have taken thousands of condensation elixirs, but I still can't break through. It's because these elixirs are not very effective. Even if they are mixed with beast elixirs, they are still the same. It's very difficult to buy a good condensation elixir. Even if there is one, the price is very high and there is no market for it. So that's why. There are too few alchemists in the chaotic realm, especially those who are good." Longao also sighed endlessly. He was only a level 2 alchemist, but the elixirs that he made, especially the condensation elixir, could help a warrior at the peak of lower deity to become a middle deity. "You want to buy condensation elixirs?" "Not yet." Ling Ruai did not think much about it. After all, Longao was only a middle lower deity. There was still a long way to go before he reached the peak of lower deity. It was impossible for a middle lower deity to break through to the peak of lower deity without dozens of years or even hundreds of years. "Longao, what happened before has been written off. What do you think?" "No problem. No matter where one was, there were no eternal enemies and no eternal friends." Longao did not want to be Ling Rui's enemy. The reason why he stayed here was to help Sister Yun to break through. Ling Rui smiled. "Longao, you've already received Xianyuan Bubi's inheritance. I'm sure you'll become a godly emperor in the future. I want to be friends with you." Qian was the only one who knew about the War Emperor's inheritance. Even Ling Rui and Yi Han did not know about it. "Do you think it's okay?" He sighed deeply again. "I need your help, but I don't know if you're willing to do it. Do you want to see what it is?" Ling Rui seemed to be a little shy. She said softly, "My family can't help me buy a high-grade condensation pill. Other than that, there's only one other way. It can help me break through the peak of the lower deity stage and become a middle deity." "What is it?" Longao also sighed endlessly. No matter what. The Ling family had always been one of the 3 great families of Qianquan City. With their strength, they couldn't even obtain a single high-grade condensed pill. But thinking about it, it made sense. If the 3 great families could obtain a high-grade condensed pill, then Yunxi, Ling Rui and Yi Han would have broken through the peak of the lower deity stage and become a middle deity. "I want to do dual cultivation with you. In that case, I'll definitely become a middle deity." Cough, 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 cough. Hearing what Ling Rui said, Longao coughed violently. He had never thought that Ling Rui's idea was dual cultivation. "Are you not willing?" Ling Rui was very confident about her appearance. Normal people could not resist her appearance. Since she had taken the initiative, Longao would definitely agree as long as there were no accident. But what was the result? Longao smiled and shook his head. He said, "I'm sorry. I'm not interested. Why don't you look for Yihan? He seems to be interested in you." "Humph." Ling Rui snorted. She thought that Longao was playing hard to get. But looking at the expression on Longao's face, she wondered if he was really not willing to do dual cultivation with her. Could it be that her charm had decreased? Longao, I'm not joking with you. I won't hide it from you. You've already inherited the War Emperor's legacy. If we do dual cultivation, not only will I be able to break through the middle deity stage smoothly, I'll even be able to go further in the future, using her body to exchange for power. He had to admit that Ling Ruoi was going all out in order to obtain power. He shook his head helplessly. Longao did not look down on Ling Ruoi because of this. After all, if one wanted to survive in the chaotic world, power was everything. With power, one would be able to survive no matter where one went. If one did not have power, then one would be beaten up no matter where one went. Ling Ruoi, I've said it just now. I can forget about what happened in the past. We can also be friends. But I won't agree to dual cultivation. I can tell you one more thing. Although I've received Master Xianyuan's sword and 9 god-slaying swords, I haven't inherited his legacy. You don't have to ask. I won't tell you who the legacy is. Ah? How could Ling Ruoi not know that Longao was not lying to her? If that was the case, then who had inherited the War Emperor's legacy? After all, the person who had inherited the War Emperor's legacy could become a divine emperor in the future. Could it be Yun Shi? Or Emperor Yun? Or Yun Lu? If Longao did not say it, she would not be able to guess it. She said, "You're really generous. Do you know what the War Emperor's legacy means?" How could she not know? Longao smiled and said, "Everyone has different thoughts. I want to walk my own path." Walk his own path? Ling Ruoi's eyes lit up. It seemed that she had underestimated Longao. But thinking about it, it was true. If it was not for Longao in the land of inheritance, all of them would have died. They would not have been able to return safely. Since you don't want to, then I won't force you. But you've said it just now. We're friends, not enemies. As you wish. Ling Ruoi was a very scheming woman. Longao did not want to deal with this kind of person. But the situation was a little special now. It was better to avoid trouble. If it was not for Sister Yun, he would not have continued to stay in Qiankuan City. Ling Ruoi, if you treat me as a friend, then call me Ruoi. Longao was helpless. He could only say, "Ruoi, I have 3 condensation elixirs. If you can afford it, I can sell them to you. What do you think?" Condensation elixir? Ling Ruoi did not have any hope for the condensation elixir. Chapter 2892. High-level pills were fine too. Ling Ruoi had taken thousands of pills before, but she still could not break through to become a middle god. It was not just her, even Yi Han and Yun Shi were the same. High-level pills were hard to come by. Longao, do you think I still need to condense pills? You'll know if it's useful after you try. Ling Ruoi stared at the young man in front of her. She knew that Longao would not do this if he was not confident. Longao was very confident in his own condensed core. Mo Bai had swallowed the pills to break through from a lower god to a middle god. Before he left, he gave Wang Xian and Chu Ling 3 pills each. When they reached the peak of the lower god level, they could break through after taking the pills. As for Sister Yun, she was cultivating. How many realms does 1 pill need? Since you're my friend, I'll give you 3,500,000 crystal stones for each pill. I only need 10 million crystal stones for 3 pills. What? Ling Ruoi was really angry. She really wanted to be friends with Longao. A normal pill only needed 10,000 crystal stones, but Longao wanted 10 million crystal stones. Wasn't it too much? Longao did not say anything. He just looked at her quietly. She gritted her teeth. Ling Ruoi took out 10 million crystal stones from her space ring and said fiercely, "I really want to be friends with you. If you don't want to be friends with me, just tell me." Longao took the 10 million crystal stones from Ling Ruoi and took out 3 pills. He said, "We'll see if you can break through in 3 days." She was doubtful. "Okay, I'll come and find you in 3 days." Ling Ruoi saw that Longao did not seem to be lying. She nodded and left quickly. Yun family. After consuming 3 condensation pills, Yun Shi had successfully broken through from pinnacle low-level deity to beginner mid-level deity in just 2 days. The cultivation that had been bothering her for decades had finally broken through. Not only Yun Shi herself, but even Yun Long, Yun Yi, and the others were pleasantly surprised. Yun Shi's talent was obvious. She was the most talented after Qian Er. Right now, Yun Shi's cultivation had already successfully broken through to the beginner mid-level deity stage. At this rate, it was very likely that Yun Shi would become a high-level deity in the future. Inside the lobby, everyone gathered in the hall and looked at Yun Shi in front of them in surprise. Cloud Dragon coughed twice and said with a smile, "Lil Shi, you really gave Grandpa a pleasant surprise. From now on, the family will cultivate you with all our strength until you break through to the peak of the mid-god realm." Grandpa, the reason why I was able to break through to become a god was entirely because I swallowed a condensation pill. Condensing a core? It was actually core condensation? However, everyone was very curious. After all, Yun Shi had taken quite a few condensation pills in the past. However, she had not been able to use the condensation pills to successfully break through to become a medium god. "Xiao Shi, what's going on? Xiao Shi, could it be that you've obtained a high-level condensed pill? That's not very likely either. According to what I know, there's no 100% certainty in condensing a high-grade pill, unless you can fuse with a high-grade rank 2 beast pill." Yun Shi felt very uncomfortable in her heart. Because even Yun Shi did not expect that the 3 condensed pills that little brother Long gave her would really allow her cultivation to smoothly break through to become a medium god from the peak of the lower god realm within 2 days. Previously, Longao had asked her for some random pill recipes. At that time, she did not pay much attention to it. Now that she thought about it carefully, the biggest possibility was that Longao had already become an alchemist. Moreover, he was a rank 2 alchemist. In the entire Qiankuan city, only the Pill Hall branch had a rank 2 alchemist in charge. Moreover, his position was very high. The condensed pills and purple gold pills that he refined were not high-grade rank 2 pills. The condensed pills that the Pill Hall's rank 2 alchemist refined, not to mention 3 condensed pills, even if he swallowed 30 condensed pills, he would still not be able to break through. From this, it could be seen that Longao himself had already reached the peak of rank 2 alchemist. Moreover, he was able to refine high-level condensed pills. These 3 condensed pills were given to me by Longao. He is a rank 2 alchemist. What? Rank 2 alchemist? And a rank 2 alchemist who can refine high-level condensed pills? Hearing that Longao was actually a rank 2 alchemist, Long Yun and the others were completely stunned. After all, everyone knew what a rank 2 alchemist meant. If the Yun family could have a rank 2 alchemist, it would mean a lot to the Yun family. A rank 3 alchemist could refine high-level condensed pills. However, every rank 3 alchemist was a high and mighty existence. How would they have the time to refine condensed pills? A peak rank 2 alchemist's position was very high. At least in Qiankuan City, his position was comparable to a superior god. Yun Long, Yun Yi and the others were very regretful. If they knew that Longao was a rank 2 alchemist, and a peak rank 2 alchemist at that, they would have kept this person no matter what. No wonder Xiao Shi liked this person. Yun Yi smiled awkwardly and said, "Longao did not leave Qiankuan City. Xiao Shi, why don't you go and recruit him? We can promise to give him the status of a guest elder." A peak rank 2 alchemist was more than qualified to become a guest elder of the Yun family. Although Yun Shi was very uncomfortable in her heart, she did not say anything. After all, she was a member of the Yun family. Everything had to be considered for the benefit of the Yun family. If Longao could become a guest elder of the Yun family, it would be a very good thing for the family and for Longao himself. After Yun Shi left, Yun Long sighed and said, "It seems that we were wrong this time. I really did not expect that Longao would actually be a peak rank 2 alchemist. If he could refine condensed pills of this level, then Qianquan City would belong to our Yun family in the future. Father, previously we chased Longao out of the family. What if Longao does not agree? Don't worry. With Xiaoxi around, Longao will definitely choose to join the Yun family. Everyone in the Yun family still did not know the relationship between Longao and Yun Qian. Originally, Longao wanted to see Yun Qian, but he heard that Yun Qian was in seclusion. Moreover, it was seclusion, so he did not disturb Yun Qian. Qian had already received the inheritance of the Battle Emperor. If nothing unexpected happened, Qian would be able to reach the Divine King level in the future. As for how far she could go, it all depended on her. After she left the Yun family, her face was extremely gloomy. This was because she already knew that her father had chased Longao out of the family not long ago. At that time, she was in seclusion and did not know about this at all. Now, she did not know how to face Longao. Chapter 2893. Longao had 10 million crystal stones from Lingruoi. It was a piece of cake for him to settle down in Qianquan City. For the time being, he rented a house with its own entrance. In the following days, Longao prepared to make some top-level level 2 elixirs. For example, elixirs that could allow a middle god to sense a domain. Not to mention a level 2 alchemist, even a level 3 alchemist would not be able to make such an elixir. Longao could not wait to become a level 3 alchemist. He kept taking elixirs. In just 3 days, Longao's cultivation had broken through from a middle-level lower god to a high-level lower god. Such a cultivation speed was a bit abnormal. 3 days later, Lingruoi came over in surprise. As soon as she entered the house, she said happily, "Longao, I did not expect that the 3 elixirs you gave me would really help me break through to a middle god." "Thank you." He smiled. "The effect of the elixirs is not much. Besides, the reason why you could break through to a middle god in just 3 days is because of the energy in your body. Do you still have more elixirs?" Lingruoi was extremely excited. If she could continue to buy more elixirs, it would be a great help to the Ling family. 3 elixirs could create a middle god. If she could take out 30 elixirs, wouldn't she be able to create 10 middle gods? What kind of concept was that? She was very excited just thinking about it. Longao knew what Lingruoi meant. He laughed and said, "I do have more elixirs, but I have already said that I treat you as a friend. That's why I sold you 3 elixirs. As for the rest," Longao's meaning was very clear. He was very disappointed. "It is because we are friends that I hope you can help me. You should know what a middle god means to my family." Qianquan City, 3 big families. Each of the 3 big families had a upper god. There was no distinction between them. In fact, the 3 big families competed in the number of middle gods. But after many years of development, the number of middle gods that the 3 big families had was about the same. If they wanted to suppress them completely, they had to create more middle gods. It was easy to think about it, but it was difficult to do it. Longao did not want to interfere with the 3 big families, especially when Sister Yun was still in the Yun family. He would not help the Ling family to deal with Sister Yun. She seemed to be able to guess what Longao was thinking. Lingruoi smiled and said, "The Yun family is snobbish. They don't know how to keep you here. I know your value. If I'm not wrong, you should be a level 2 alchemist, right?" Since things had already come to this, there was nothing to hide. Yes, just as expected. Lingruoi could not believe that Longao was really a level 2 alchemist. He was even a top level 2 alchemist. How long had Long of the chaotic realm? Genius. Lingruoi was sure that Longao was definitely a genius in alchemy. He was also a genius that was rarely seen in 10,000 years. "Longao, you are already a middle-level alchemist. I want to ask you, do you have the confidence to become a middle-level alchemist?" The difference between a rank 2 alchemist and a rank 3 alchemist was just too great. A rank 3 alchemist, not to mention in Qianquan City, even in those super large cities, was a figure that everyone would fight over. Their status was comparable to that of a lord god. Longao did not say anything. He just smiled. What did he mean by smiling? Ling Ruai was not stupid. She knew what Longao meant. Before coming, Ling Ruai had guessed that Longao might become a middle-level alchemist, but she did not hear it from him. She found it hard to believe. If the Ling family could recruit a level 3 alchemist, it would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the Ling family to rise up. Longao, I would like to invite you to join the Ling family. I can promise you that you will get everything you want. Also, the Ling family will support you. What do you think? I am not interested. Soon, I will be leaving Qianquan City. A hidden dragon rising to the sky. Ling Ruai knew that Longao was not an ordinary person. He would definitely soar to the sky in the future. But she did not want to let go of this rare opportunity. Longao, I am only inviting you to be the guest elder of the Ling family. Although you are already a middle-level alchemist, it will not be easy to become a middle-level alchemist. Longao did not say anything. To become a middle-level alchemist, you will need to refine elixirs many times. The spiritual herbs and beast pills needed to refine level elixirs are still unattainable for you. Longao did not say anything. He had to admit that Ling Ruai was telling the truth. His alchemy skills had reached a critical point. If he wanted to become a middle-level alchemist and become a middle-level alchemist, he would need to refine elixirs many times. But no matter if it was spiritual herbs or beast pills, they were still unattainable for him. If the Ling family could really provide him with these, he would be able to stand firm in the chaos world when he became a middle-level alchemist. As if she could guess what Longao was thinking, Ling Ruai's face was extremely serious. She solemnly said, I can promise you that as long as you become the guest elder of the Ling family, no matter if it is spiritual herbs or beast pills, they will all be available to you. This will help you to become a level 3 alchemist. Alright, I promise you. It was impossible for him to become a middle-level alchemist by himself. But with the help of the Ling family, it would be a different story. Alright, I will bring you to the family now. Ling Ruai was afraid that Longao would go back on his words. She immediately brought Longao back to the Ling family. As expected, the head of the Ling family, who was also Ling Ruai's grandfather, Ling Lan, already knew about this. He was very friendly and agreed to all of Ling Ruai's requests. It was undeniable that alchemists were very popular in the chaos world. The Ling family, Ling Lan, Ling Ruai, and Ling Hao, Ling Ruai's father, were all in the main hall. The three of them were discussing how to help Longao become a middle-level alchemist. As one of the three big families in Qianquan City, the Ling family had an immeasurable amount of wealth. No matter if it was spiritual herbs or beast pills, they were all very rich. Uncle, your cultivation has already reached the peak of the middle-level deity? Ling Hao sighed deeply when he heard Longao asking about his cultivation. He said helplessly, Nephew, you may not know this. It has been 300 years since I reached the peak of the middle-level deity. No matter what method you use, it will not help me become a superior deity. Not even the enlightenment pill? Chapter 2894. Comprehension Pill? Speaking of comprehension pill, Ling Hao became even more bitter. Normal comprehension pills are not very useful, unless you are lucky. As for high-level comprehension pills, they are not sold in Qianquan City. As for other places, no one knows where to buy them. Level 3 pills, no matter the rarity or price, were not something a level 2 pill could compare with. After all, there were very few level 3 alchemists and very few level 3 alchemists. In the end, there were too few alchemists. If I can become a level 3 alchemist, I will definitely help you make a few comprehension pills and help Uncle to become a superior god. Thank you. Ling Hao was not as surprised as he expected. After all, it was still unknown whether or not Ling Lan could become a level 3 alchemist. Roy, go and arrange my nephew's residence. Yes? Looking at the departing figure, Ling Hao said, Father, what do you think about this? Ling Lan nodded and said, This kid's talent is something I have never seen before. I am afraid he will become a level 3 alchemist very soon. Ling Lan sighed deeply again. Father, you should know that 70% of alchemists, even if the pills they make are infused with beast cores, the effect is not very good. Even if Longao can become a level 3 alchemist, to make a high-level comprehension pill, I am afraid. Ling Hao did not continue speaking, but the meaning of his words was very clear. The pills made by an inscription alchemist are the real pills. But to become an inscription alchemist is too difficult. Regardless of whether it was Ling Hao or Ling Lan, they both sighed helplessly. The difference between an inscription alchemist and a normal alchemist was too big. They were not even on the same level. The value of a level 2 inscription alchemist far exceeded that of a level 4 normal alchemist. This was the difference between an inscription alchemist and a normal level 2 alchemist. It was a pity. To become an alchemist was 1 in 10,000. And to become an inscription alchemist, it was 1 in 100. Longao, it is a pity that you are not an inscription alchemist. Otherwise, not to mention a level 3 inscription alchemist, even a level 2 inscription alchemist would not be comparable to a normal alchemist. What is an inscription alchemist? Longao really didn't know what an pill mark alchemist was. Ling Ruoi was not surprised at all. After all, Longao had just come from the starry sky. He did not know many things about the chaos world. Pill veins are the pinnacle of alchemy. Unknowingly, the two of them had already arrived at their residence. He had to admit it. The Ling family really treated Longao well. Just this residence alone, the surroundings were very elegant. Other than a few servants, almost no one would come to disturb them. Continue. Longao really wanted to know about the pill mark alchemist. Ling Ruoi smiled and continued, It's very difficult to become an alchemist. It's even more difficult for an alchemist to become an alchemist with markings. It took Ling Ruoi 2 hours to finish her lecture. The difference is really big. Longao was very surprised. In other words, ordinary alchemists and pill veins alchemists could refine pills of the same grade. One was like the sky while the other was like the earth, so the difference in efficacy was like the difference between heaven and earth. The status of a Tier 4 alchemist was not as high as a Tier 2 pill mark alchemist. Looking at the sky from the bottom of a well. According to what you said, ordinary alchemists are not real alchemists. They're just half-baked alchemists. If you want to become a real alchemist, you have to obtain markings. That's right. That's also why the medicinal pellets sold on the market, other than being cheap, don't even have a tenth of the efficacy of a real medicinal pellet. So that's why. Longao finally knew the reason. It could be said that he was not a real alchemist now. How do I obtain markings? Refining pills. Keep refining pills. As long as heaven and earth recognizes you as an alchemist in the process of refining pills, you'll be given a corresponding grade of markings. If you have a Tier 1 markings, you'll be a Tier 1 alchemist, and so on. I'm going to start refining pills. Ling Ruoi had already guessed that Longao would do this. She also hoped that Longao would be able to obtain markings and become an alchemist with markings. In that case, the status of the family would be greatly improved because of Longao's existence. Longao, I've prepared a large amount of Tier 2 spiritual herbs and Tier 2 beast pills for you. You should continue refining Tier 2 pills and try to obtain markings as soon as possible. As for Tier 3 pills, even if you can become a Tier 3 alchemist, your status will still be lower than a Tier 2 pill mark alchemist. Longao knew what Ling Ruoi meant. He nodded with a smile and said, I know what you mean. I have the same idea too. I want to continue making level 2 medicinal pills. I must get the elixir pattern. He nodded. After Ling Ruoi left, Longao did not hesitate any longer. Because Ling Ruoi had already told him how to obtain markings, Longao had full confidence in himself. No matter how difficult it would be, he must obtain markings and become an alchemist with markings. Even if it was just a Tier 1 pill mark alchemist. According to Ling Ruoi, there was not a single pill mark alchemist in Qiankuan City. Even the Tier 2 alchemist in the Dan Hall was just an ordinary alchemist. In the main hall. Have you arranged everything? Yes. Grandfather, Father, Longao is the guest elder that I have spent a lot of effort to get. You must treat him well. Don't let me down. Ruoi, you should know that an ordinary alchemist, even a Tier 3 alchemist, would not be of much help to the family. Even if he was a guest elder, the support he could provide would be limited. It would be impossible to sacrifice the entire family's benefit. What do you think? How could he not understand his father's intentions? Although ordinary alchemists were rare, due to the effects of the pills refined by ordinary alchemists, there was a huge gap between their status and that of an inscribed alchemist. They were simply not on the same level. However, Longao's situation was different. Father, my situation is the best example. The condensation pills that Longao refined, with just 3 condensation pills, helped your daughter smoothly break through to become a god. I know what you mean. Don't worry. Even if he could not become an pill mark alchemist, as long as he could become a Tier 3 alchemist, our Ling family will support him fully. Ling Ruoi was relieved after hearing her father's words. It was not easy to get Longao to join their side. If she gave up on Longao because of her grandfather and father, she would not even have the chance to regret it. The Yun family was the best example. Ling Ruoi could imagine how regretful the Yun family would be when Longao became an pill mark alchemist. She was excited just thinking about it. Chapter 2895. He closed his door and did not come out. Longao was fully immersed in making elixirs. He did not make level 3 elixirs. Instead, he focused on making level 2 elixirs. Just like what Ling Ruoi said, what he needed to do now was not to become a level 3 alchemist. Instead, he needed to find a way to obtain elixir patterns. If he could not obtain elixir patterns and become an elixir pattern alchemist, then even if he became a level 5 alchemist, it would be nonsense. This was because the status of an ordinary alchemist was too low. Even the high-level ordinary alchemists were the same. Time flew by. In the blink of an eye, 10 days had passed. Yunxi was very anxious. She had searched the entire Qiankuan city, but still could not find any trace of Longao. Could it be that Longao had left Qiankuan city? It didn't seem possible. Yunxi was very clear that even if Longao wanted to leave Qiankuan city, he would definitely inform her. It was impossible for him to leave without saying goodbye. On this day, the Yun family suddenly received news that Longao, who they had been searching for, had become the guest elder of the Ling family. Yunxi, who received the news, did not seem to be able to react. Anger. Originally, Longao had already joined the Yun family. It was all because of the short-sightedness of her grandfather, father, second uncle, and third uncle. They had missed a genius who was about to become a level 3 alchemist. Yun family main hall. Seeing the unhappy face of Yunxi, Yunbo smiled and said, "Shao Shi, although level 2 alchemists are rare, it is not that important. Not to mention level 2 alchemists, even if he is a level 3 alchemist, so what? Second uncle, think about the condensed elixir that Longao made. Success once does not mean that he will succeed every time. Shao Shi, you should know very well that the elixirs made by ordinary alchemists, even if they are level 3 alchemists, cannot achieve even 1/10 of the effect of a real elixir." Yun Yi continued, "Second brother is right. If Longao obtains elixir patterns and becomes a level 2 alchemist with elixir patterns, then, Yunshi did not wait for her father to finish his words and said, "Father, second uncle, you will regret your shamelessness today." After saying that, she turned and left. "Big brother, you should take care of Xiaoxi. She's too much. It would be great if we could recruit a grade 2 apothecary. However, it seems impossible for them to support him wholeheartedly like the Ling clan." Until now, Yun Yi and the others could not figure out why the Ling family valued Longao so much. Was it really because Longao was a rank 2 alchemist? An ordinary tier 4 alchemist was not even comparable to a tier 2 pill mark alchemist. It was impossible for the Ling family to not know about this. Full support. This was truly inconceivable. Yun Yi and the others naturally knew what full support meant. It was because of this that they chose to give up on recruiting Longao. The Yun family couldn't afford to lose, and they definitely couldn't lose. That was indeed the case. That was why they chose to give up. Just as Yun Yi and the others thought, Ling Hao and Ling Lan were gambling with the Ling family's foundation. If they lost this bet, it would be a huge blow to the Ling family. In the huge courtyard, Longao had refined grade 2 pills countless times, and he was successful every time. However, he had never been able to obtain the pill mark that he wanted. It was very depressing. What was going on? Let's try it once with the strange flame. Longao did not know what was going on. He suddenly thought of his strange flame. Could it be that his inability to obtain the pill mark was related to the strange flame? If that was the case, then the strange flame was the key. Longao had 2 types of strange flame. One was the primal chaos flame, whose ranking was unknown. The other was the heart-burning lotus that he had just obtained. Among the 23 types of strange flame, it was ranked 7. The heart-burning lotus appeared in his palm as he continued to refine pills. Just as expected, Longao already knew that if he did not have the strange flame, he would have obtained the pill mark long ago. The problem was that he had the strange flame, but he had not used it to refine pills. Thus, he had not obtained the pill mark. It was just a simple attempt, but a strange force descended from the heavens and earth, and Longao's body was instantly covered with it. The pill was successfully refined. Longao looked at the strange pattern on the palm of his hand. He already knew in his heart that this was the pill veins that ordinary alchemists yearned for even in their dreams. Grade 2 pill mark. In other words, he was now a grade 2 pill mark alchemist. His status was much higher than a grade 4 pill mark alchemist. This was the status of the pill mark. "Roy, come in." Previously, because of the inheritance, Ling Ruoi and he were enemies. However, after spending some time together, Longao gradually realized that Ling Ruoi was a good person. She was someone who was worth befriending. The reason why he could successfully obtain the pill mark was because of the Ling family and Ling Ruoi's help. Otherwise, the amount of spiritual herbs and beast cores that he needed would be astronomical. Ling Ruoi walked in and looked at Longao, who looked good. She smiled and said, "It's okay that you failed this time. My father and I have discussed it. We are preparing more grade 2 spiritual herbs and beast cores for you. No matter how much we have to pay, we will let you obtain the pill mark." From Ling Ruoi's point of view, it was almost impossible for Longao to obtain the elixir mark in just 10 days. Even the most talented alchemist could not obtain the elixir mark in such a short time. Longao smiled and said, "Fortunately, I did not disappoint you. My luck is not bad." "Ah?" Ling Ruoi stared at the young man in front of her. She was completely dumbfounded. She could not wait and asked, "Longao, what level of pill mark did you obtain?" "Grade 2. Grade 2. It really is a grade 2 pill mark." Ling Ruoi was very surprised. She knew very well what it meant to be a grade 2 pill mark. From now on, Longao's status would rise. Even her grandfather and father's attitude towards him would change. "Longao, congratulations on obtaining an elixir mark. With your talent in alchemy, I believe that it won't be long before you become a level 3 elixir mark alchemist. At that time, not to mention Qianquan City, even in a super city, your status will not be comparable to an ordinary superior god. I have to thank you this time. What I said before still stands. As long as I become a grade 3 pill master, I will immediately make the enlightenment pill for you. There was a world of difference between the comprehension pill, refined by a level 3 pill refiner, and an ordinary level 3 pill refiner. If Longao could really refine a high-grade comprehension pill, then Father might really be able to break through to the high god realm. At that time, the Ling family would have High God Liang Y as its overseer. They would be able to suppress the other two families. Thank you very much. However, becoming a third-grade pill mark alchemist is not an easy task. P.S. Here are 5 chapters. If you have a vote, please vote for Little 9. Chapter 2896. I'm going to continue making elixirs. Strike while the iron is hot. Although he had obtained a level 2 elixir pattern, it was not easy to become a level 3 elixir pattern alchemist, as Ling Roy said. I know what you mean. I have prepared all the level 3 spiritual herbs and beast cores for you. Longao was grateful. If it was not for the full support of the Ling family, he would not have been able to obtain the elixir pattern alchemist so quickly. Roy, here are half of the elixirs that I have made. I'll give them to the Ling family. Ling Roy did not hesitate to give them to him. Even the Ling family could not afford to give out so many spiritual herbs and beast cores. Fortunately, the value of the elixirs was beyond their imagination. I'm here to look for you because of something. Yunxi wants to see you. It has been more than 10 days. Do you want to see her? Yes. Longao had a good impression of Yunxi. The reason why he stayed in Qianquan City was to help Yunxi. He felt helpless. Of course, Ling Ruai did not want Longao to have anything to do with Yunxi. However, she knew that it was impossible. Outside the Ling family. Longao, what happened? Why are you doing this? Ling Rui's face turned cold when she heard what Yunxi said. Yunxi, you have to understand that it was your Yun family that chased Longao out. He only became the guest elder of the Ling family. What's wrong with that? Yunxi was furious when she mentioned it. Until now, her grandfather and father still did not know the seriousness of the matter. Even if she was willing, Longao would not go back. After all, it was the Ling family's fault. Longao, do you still see me as a friend? Of course. Then why are you helping the Ling family? It was a headache. Longao was afraid of this kind of thing. Longao shrugged and smiled. Even if I become the guest elder of the Ling family, I will not do anything to the Yun family. Sister Yun, there are some things that you have to understand. He didn't want to dwell on this matter any longer. Longao, follow me back to the clan. No matter what price I have to pay, I will make you a guest elder of the clan. Before Longao could say anything, Ling Roy said, Yunxi, are you out of your mind? Longao is already the guest elder of the Ling family. She totally ignored Ling Roy. Yunxi stared at Longao in front of her and asked again, I'll ask you one more time. Are you willing to return to the family with me? Yunxi's words made Longao very uncomfortable. Although he had a good impression of her, Yunxi's words were indeed too much. I don't want to go back to the Yun family. Yunye's words were still fresh in his mind. Longao knew very well that even if he returned, he would not receive any special treatment. He might even cause Sister Yun to fall out with her family. Sister Yun, why must you do this? How could Yunxi not know what Longao was thinking? The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. She was very disappointed and angry with her family. Her efforts were all in vain. No matter if it was Yunxi or Lingroy, because they had swallowed the condensation elixir, their cultivation had both broken through to the beginner level of middle god. Longao took out some elixirs and said, Sister Yun, These elixirs are enough for you to break through to the peak of Middle God. As for the enlightenment elixir, I can't make it now. But when I make it in the future, I will definitely send it to you. You're leaving? Hearing Longao's words, Ling Ruoyi and Yun Shi asked at the same time. The two of them could not understand why Longao wanted to leave. The chaos world was full of danger. Without absolute power, even if he was an alchemist, he might not be able to go anywhere. If I want to go further, I have to leave here. He had made up his mind. The two of them knew Longao's character very well. Since he had made up his mind, there was no turning back. Especially Ling Ruoyi, her heart was filled with bitterness. Ruoyi, I won't go back to the Ling family. When I, Longao, come back, it will be the day when you break through to the superior god realm. Trust me. I trust you. Ling Ruoyi felt strange. In the beginning, the reason why she was friends with Longao was because Longao had not only received the inheritance, but he was also an alchemist. But after spending some time with him, Ling Ruoyi realized that she seemed to have some other feelings for this little brother. Are you really going to leave? At this moment, Yun Shi's attitude took a 180-degree turn. She was just like a little wife. When Ling Ruoyi saw Yun Shi's expression, she knew that Yun Shi might have fallen in love with Longao. She felt uncomfortable, but she did not say anything. I will come back. I will wait for you. Qian will wait for you too. Longao smiled. Since he had decided to leave, he did not want to stay any longer. He immediately turned around and left. But before he left, he sent a message to Ling Ruoyi using his spiritual sense. He asked the Ling family to keep the secret for him. After all, he did not want to reveal the fact that he had become an alchemist. Looking at the disappearing figure, Ling Ruoyi suddenly smiled and said, Yun Shi, the Yun family will regret this. Regret? How could the family regret? Just when Yun Shi was about to leave, Ling Ruoyi suddenly sent a message to her through her spiritual sense. I can tell you one thing. I hope that you can keep the secret for him. Not long ago, Longao had successfully received the recognition of the heavens and earth. He had obtained a level 2 elixir pattern. He is now a level 2 elixir pattern master. Looking at Ling Ruoyi, who had turned around and returned to the family, Yun Shi was completely dumbfounded. She knew clearly the difference between a normal level 2 elixir pattern master and a level 2 elixir pattern master. They were not at the same level. Regret? If the family knew that Longao was a level 2 elixir pattern master, what would the family think? With Longao's talent, he could definitely become a level 3 elixir pattern master. Such a genius, not to mention Qianquan City. Even if he was in the super cities of the Black Stone Heavenly region, there would be countless forces trying to recruit him. This was fate. The family's fate. The family could have used this opportunity to rise up, but they did not expect that they would miss such a rare opportunity. Although Longao did not say anything, Yun Shi knew that Longao must have a gap in his heart. At this moment, Yun Shi was very lonely. Not long after Longao left, he was targeted. One by one, they hid their qi and followed him quietly. Although these people were confident, Longao had already noticed their qi. He just sneered and pretended that nothing had happened as he left Qianquan City. About 2 hours later, at a secluded mass grave far away from Qianquan City. Author's Note. Chapter 6. Chapter 2897. Mass Grave. The surroundings were gray and gloomy. It was eerie and sinister. Everyone, since you've been following us for so long, shouldn't you come out and meet us? Ha ha, Longao, I really didn't expect that you would be able to sense our presence. But it doesn't matter. After today, there will no longer be a Longao in this world. Not far away, Yihan brought the 4 of them and walked out slowly. Longao, back then, you forced me to make a primordial soul oath. Even though I can't reveal your secret, I can kill you and snatch it away. What do you think? Shameless. He had seen shameless people before, but he had never seen someone as shameless as Yihan. After all, killing Longao and snatching away Longao's legacy was not a violation of the primordial soul oath. Seeing that Longao did not speak, Yihan thought that the other party was afraid. But thinking about it, he understood. On his side, there were a total of 4 middle gods. In addition, he was a peak lower god. If they wanted to kill Longao, it would be an easy task. Longao, I really admire you. To be able to rush over to Qianquan City in such a short time, and even break through to become a high-level lower god. If you are a friend, waving his hand. Without giving Yihan any chance to speak, Longao said impatiently, "Do you think that you can kill me?" Ha 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 ha. Hearing Longao's words, not only Yihan, but even the 4 middle gods behind him laughed maniacally. It was as though they had heard the funniest joke in the world. A puny lower god dared to be so arrogant in front of 4 middle gods and a peak lower god. This matter was really arrogant to the extreme. Longao was extremely depressed in his heart. Even though his strength was enough to kill a middle god, it depended on the level of the middle god. If it were a low-level middle god or a mid-level middle god, he might be able to do it. But among the 4 people behind Yihan, one of them was a peak middle god. It was hard for him to fight 1 against 5. Enter the Chaos Palace? Cut the weeds and dig up the roots to prevent future troubles. Back in the land of inheritance, he had let Yihan go because he could no longer use his power. However, the situation now was different. If he let Yihan go, no one knew if Yihan would reveal this matter. If Yihan's soul was searched by others, then his secret would definitely be exposed. At that time, it would be very troublesome. Kill. Only by cutting the weeds and eliminating the roots could they prevent future troubles. Longao, I'd like to see how you're going to leave this place alive. Yihan took a step back, and the 4 gods behind him quickly moved forward, heading towards Longao from the north, south, east, and west. A god had already formed a golden core within his body and possessed the might of a golden core. Under normal circumstances, a low-level deity was definitely no match for a mid-level deity. Only Longao's situation was different. The Xianyuan sword appeared in his right hand, and the battle intent on his body instantly soared. It constantly climbed up, and in a few short seconds it had climbed to a terrifying level. Looking at the Xianyuan sword in Longao's hand, Yihan's face was very gloomy, filled with envy, jealousy, and hatred. As he saw it, whether it was the Xianyuan sword or the Battle Emperor's legacy, they should both be his. But Longao had snatched away what originally belonged to him. Thus, Longao had to die. The legacy and the Xianyuan sword were both his. In the blink of an eye, Longao had already engaged in battle with 4 gods. 1 against 4, one had to admit that Longao was indeed very powerful. Fortunately, I've already broken through to the high-level lower god level. If I had the power I had when I first entered the Chaos Realm, I definitely wouldn't have been able to resist 4 gods. At most, I'd only be able to last a few seconds. Little Black, it's up to you. Longao quickly summoned Little Black from the Chaos Palace, which was the little thing that he had just obtained. Little Black didn't look like much. He was already a middle god when he was just born, and even a pinnacle middle god. He was only 1 step away from becoming a spiritual beast of the upper god level. What is this thing? Xiao Hei's speed was very fast, just like a series of afterimages. The 4 people saw a black shadow constantly flickering. They were startled. However, the 4 people were very clear that the other party definitely had a powerful spirit beast. Moreover, it was a mid-god level spirit beast. Even the 4 of them didn't dare to be careless. The opportunity had come. Longao chose to strike first. Holding the Xianyuan sword, he took a big step forward and his entire body shot out quickly. 9 god-slaying swords, first sword. Even though his cultivation had already broken through to the high-level lower god level, Longao was still unable to use the second sword. Unless it was a last resort, he definitely wasn't willing to use the second sword. Now that Longao's cultivation had broken through to the high-level lower god level, his primordial spirit was comparable to a pinnacle middle god. This was probably something that no one could compare with. In a normal battle, it wouldn't be easy to kill the four of them smoothly. He could only take the risk and try. Chaos 9 Axes, 4th Axe, Annihilation of Consciousness. Longao held the Chaos Axe in his hand, and his primordial spirit passed through the Chaos Axe to attack the four of them directly. Just when Yihan thought that Longao was definitely going to die, a scream suddenly rang out. Among the four of them, the strongest old man, who was also a pinnacle middle god, suddenly held his head and screamed continuously. Longao was very clear that to shoot a man, one had to shoot the horse first. To capture the bandits, one had to capture the leader first. As long as he got rid of the strongest of the four, the remaining three would be easy to deal with. Kill him while he's down. Longao didn't hold back at all. Just when the old man's primordial spirit was being attacked, the Xianyuan sword in Longao's hand had already slashed out fiercely. With a crack, the old man didn't even have time to react and was already cut into two. He couldn't be more dead. Even his primordial spirit was completely destroyed. Seeing that a pinnacle middle god was killed by Longao, Yihan was a little shocked. Even though he saw it with his own eyes, he still couldn't believe that what was happening in front of him was real. When did Longao become so powerful? But it should be known that Longao was just a high-level lower god. He wasn't even a middle god yet. How could he kill a pinnacle middle god? It was too ridiculous. Blackie's speed was simply too fast. In the blink of an eye, one of them was attacked by Blackie at the same time. His primordial spirit was directly devoured by Blackie. In the blink of an eye, Blackie had already devoured the primordial spirit of a middle god. The remaining two middle gods were also a little shocked when they saw their companion killed in an instant. How could they dare to continue staying? They immediately turned around and left quickly. Since things had already come to this, they had to eliminate the source of trouble. Longao and Blackie attacked at the same time. An hour later, the primordial spirits of the two middle gods were completely devoured by Blackie. Longao didn't expect that Blackie would actually rely on devouring other people's primordial spirits to continuously increase his strength. If this was the case, as long as he continued devouring, it wouldn't take long for Blackie to advance to become a high-level deity spiritual beast. P.S. Delivery of Chapter 7. Chapter 2898. In a short few dozen minutes, the four gods had all been killed. Yihan was the only one left. Longao alone was enough to deal with him. Longao, you. Seeing Longao walk towards him, Yihan was scared silly. He didn't know what was going on at all. Why had Longao been able to kill four gods for no reason? Was this real? He didn't dare to believe it. He didn't want to believe it either. Yihan was very clear that since Longao could kill four middle-level gods, then killing him was probably also a matter of minutes. He had thought that he would be able to kill Longao without a hitch, but he hadn't imagined that this would be the result. Long before Longao had entered Qianquan City, Yihan had already discovered his track. After all, the Yi clan was one of the three great clans of Qianquan City. Yihan hadn't made a move yet, precisely because he didn't want others to know about this. Whether it was the Xianyuan sword or the Battle Emperor's legacy, he had to get them both. Longao, I was wrong before. I apologize. You are a magnanimous person. Please forgive a shameless bastard like me. Seeing the cold smile on Longao's face, Yihan had long since lost his previous arrogance. He knelt down on the ground, fiercely kowtowing 3 times. If I had known this would happen, I wouldn't have done it in the first place. I regret it. I can swear a primordial spirit oath. From now on, I will never oppose you again. I won't tell anyone about your secret. I beg you to let me go. I beg you to let me go. He didn't want to waste any more words. The Xianyuan sword in his hand suddenly struck out. Yi Han didn't even have time to react before the sword struck out. Yi Han's body was directly split into two. Little Black immediately came out and devoured Yi Han's primordial spirit. He searched through the space of the 5 people. Aside from the tens of millions of crystals, there were also all sorts of precious second-rank spirit beasts and third-rank spirit herbs, as well as all sorts of beast cores. He had really struck it rich this time. Destroying the corpses. The burning heart flame lotus appeared in his hand. Longao did not want to cause any trouble for himself. The flames of the burning heart flame lotus instantly destroyed the 5 corpses. Looking at Xiao Hei in his arms, Longao smiled and said, "Looks like you're really not simple. In the future, you'll have to devour a lot of souls for me. I'm really looking forward to seeing what level you'll reach when you grow up." Squeak, 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 it seemed to be very excited. After all, Little Hay had just devoured several primordial spirit. He placed Little Black into the Chaos Palace. Longao also entered the Primal Chaos Palace. Looking at Qin Shuangshuang who was lying on the bed, he sighed deeply. Until now, he still hadn't thought of a way to save Qin Shuangshuang. Previously, Qin Shuangshuang had swallowed the black light spot. Whether it was her primordial spirit or her body, they had taken a huge turn for the better. "I will definitely cure you." Ever since he entered the chaotic realm, Longao had a feeling that Qin Shuangshuang, who was lying on the bed, was his wife. Although it was just his intuition, he trusted it very much. In this life, he definitely did not know Qin Shuangshuang. If that was the case, just what in the world was going on? Even Longao himself could not figure it out. Coming to the side of the bed, stretching out his right hand, he stroked Qin Shuangshuang's cheeks gently. At this moment, Longao seemed to have lost the killing intent from before. It was just like how a husband would treat his wife. Heaven and Earth City Yi family. Father, I don't know why, but I keep having the feeling that something has happened to Han. The head of the Yi family, Yi Feng, was also one of the 3 upper gods of Heaven and Earth City. His face was extremely dark as he said coldly, "You're right. Previously, I had specially crafted a jade tablet for Han. The moment anything happens to Han, the jade tablet will shatter." Yi Zhuang seemed to have guessed something as his face changed. He asked, "Father, could it be that Han has already? No matter who it is, to dare to kill the grandson of Yi Feng, I'll tear you into pieces." Not long later, the news of the Yi family's genius disciple, Yi Han, as well as 4 middle gods, being killed had already spread throughout the entire Heaven and Earth City. Everyone who received the news was shocked. The Yi family's position in Heaven and Earth City was like that of a local tyrant. Not to mention others, even the other 2 great families, the Ling family and the Yun family, did not dare to casually offend the Yi family. Not to mention Yi Han was the most talented disciple of the Yi family. Killing Yi Han was clearly a provocation to the Yi family. The Yi family's anger had already spread throughout the entire Heaven and Earth City. Everyone was in danger. Who knew if the Yi family would vent their anger on others because of Yi Han's death? Things like getting caught in the crossfire had happened before. After all, in Heaven and Earth City, strength was everything. The fists of the 3 great families were the hardest. Even if they killed you, you wouldn't have the slightest bit of anger. Yun Shi and Ling Rui had also received the news. The 2 women believed without a doubt that this matter should be related to Longao. Others might not know, but it was impossible for the 2 of them not to know that Longao and Yi Han had a deep grudge against each other. Longao did not die early or play, but he died when he left Heaven and Earth City. If there were no accidents, this matter must be done by Longao. Both Yun Shi and Ling Rui were very worried about Longao's safety. They knew the strength of the Yi family very well. Even if Longao was already a level 2 pill mark alchemist, the Yi family would not be afraid. It was obviously unrealistic for one person to fight against the entire Yi family alone. Not only did the Yi family lose Yihan, they also lost 4 middle gods. For the other 2 great families, this was the most desirable thing to see. The Yi family originally thought that it was done by the other 2 great families. However, after thinking about it, they felt that it was not very likely. Unless it was a last resort, the other 2 great families would not dare to casually fall out with the Yi family. Who could it be? As the head of the Yi family, Yi Feng had been searching for 3 whole days, but there was still no clue. If this continued, the longer the delay, the more disadvantageous it would be for the clues. The most helpless thing was that when Yihan left with the 4 of them, he did not say what he was going to do. Because of this, the Yi family did not have any clues to find the murderer. Heaven and Earth City, the calm before the storm. Yun family, main hall. Xiao Shi, tell me and your grandfather, is Longao's death related to Longao? Yunyi wasn't an idiot. Longao's sudden departure, Yihan's sudden fall, and his daughter's obvious worry, so all the spearheads pointed to Longao. This matter was very likely done by Longao. If that was really the case, then Longao was really too bold to actually dare to kill Yihan. Are you going to report this to the Yi family? Xiao Shi, I know that we did not fight for it before. However, I have already told you that Longao is just an ordinary level 2 array master. Even if he can become a guest elder, it is impossible for him to get the full support of the family. After all, the family does not belong to just me and your grandfather. We have to consider the whole family. Author's Note. Chapter 8. Chapter 2899. The family's interests were the most important. Even the head of the family was no exception. Yunyi did not say anything or decline this point. For an ordinary rank 2 alchemist, the entire family would support them. Even if they were willing, the family would not be willing. Ling family was gambling, Yun family could not gamble with them. If they lost, the consequences would be unimaginable. Looking at her father, Yunxi was very clear that her father was right. Grandfather, father, what I said today, I hope you can keep it a secret. Speak, we will keep it a secret. Yunlong and Yunyi were very curious, not knowing what Yunxi wanted to say. Just before Longao left, with the full support of the Ling family, he had already obtained rank 2 inscriptions. Now, Longao is not an ordinary rank 2 alchemist, but a rank 2 inscriptions master. What? Hearing Yunxi's words, the 2 were completely stunned. The 2 were very clear, the difference between an ordinary rank 2 alchemist and a rank 2 inscriptions master was huge. Yunxi. Grandfather, father, this is the family's choice, I can't do anything about it. Very helpless. Once was fine, but twice, even she would not have the face to go again. It was because of the family's short-sightedness that the entire family lost a chance to rise up. After successfully killing Yihan and the 4 middle gods, Longao did not immediately rush back, but started to try to break through to the peak of lower god. He tried hundreds of times, but it still ended in failure. Very helpless. Of course, Longao knew what the situation was. Since entering the Chaos Realm in such a short time, he had already broken through to the peak of lower god. This cultivation speed was indeed too fast. I should stabilize my realm first. Helpless, Longao could only choose to give up on breaking through, and start to stabilize his current realm. It took him a full half a month to completely stabilize his realm. Deep sigh. To break through to the peak of lower god, even with the help of pills, it will still take a year. Pills could not be consumed, otherwise, once the pill poison backfired, it would be even more troublesome, and even affect his realm, causing him to regress instead of advancing. Black Rock City, the largest city in the Black Rock domain, and also the core of the entire Black Rock domain. The domain master of the Black Rock domain was a powerful god king warrior. and the domain master Nangong Baofeng lived in Black Rock City. According to the rumors, the city lord of Black Rock City, Nangong Chen, was Nangong Baofeng's son. He was also a powerful overgod. After leaving Cosmos City, Longao's first goal was to head to Black Rock City. If he wanted to grow quickly, Black Rock City was the best choice. He didn't want to leave the Blackstone Heavenly region for now. Longao had already thought about this. He would wait until he had broken through to become a high-level deity and a level 3 elixir pattern master. Then, he would concoct the Enlightenment elixir and immediately return to Qianquan City to help Ling Ruoyi and Yun Shi break through to become a high-level deity. Then, he left the Blackstone Heavenly region to explore the outside world. As for the 9 Nether Heaven domain, this debt would not be settled so easily. After breaking through to Lord level, Longao was prepared to return to the Abysmal Heavens and go to Mist Mountain City to look for the city governor, Zualan. Now, Longao had a lot of crystal stones with him. He could be considered a super rich man. After all, he had taken 10 million crystal stones from Ling Ruoyi. Then, he killed Jihan and the other 4 and got a lot of crystal stones from them. If he were to walk on his own, who knew how long it would take him to reach Blackwater City? The fastest way was to ride on a flying divine weapon. Half a month later, looking at the huge city in front of him, Longao sighed. Whether it was Mist Mountain City or Qianquan City, they were already very big. However, compared to Black Rock City, these two cities were not on the same level. To enter Black Rock City, one had to pay crystal stones. No matter which city it was the same rule. Black Rock City was 100 times more prosperous than Qianquan City and Mist Mountain City. It was indeed the most prosperous city in the Qianquan Heavenly region. There were experts everywhere in this place. Not to mention a middle god, even a higher god could be easily encountered. In fact, one could even encounter a so-called master god. It was said that the Pill Halls branch in Black Rock City had a level 3 elixir pattern master in charge. From this, one could imagine how powerful Black Rock City was. Power town. He had to build his own town. That way, no matter if it was him or his family, they would have a place to stay. Otherwise, living under someone else's roof would always be a bad idea. If he wanted to build his own power, he would not be able to do it with his current strength. Fortunately, he was a level 2 elixir pattern master. If he could become a level 4 elixir pattern master, then he would be qualified. Have you guys heard? Zhong Long Tian region's flying warship has been docked beside Black Rock City. Moreover, 2 overgods have also entered Black Rock City. What happened? Middle Heaven region, no matter if it was strength or power, they were far above Lower Heaven region. I don't know. Anyway, the 2 overgods and the city lord sent out an order to search for the 4 members of the Black Wind team from 9 Tranquil Heaven region. Could it be that the Black Wind team offended the 2 overgods of Zhong Long Tian region? Who knows? However, the 2 overgods and the city lord's offer are very tempting. It would be great if I could find the 4 members of the Black Wind team. Just thinking about it makes me excited. Just when he was about to head to the Pill Halls branch to take a look, Longao suddenly heard the discussions around him. He was shocked. He originally thought that everything was fine, but he never thought that Du Lei and He Zhongtian were still unwilling to let the 4 of them go. It seems like the 2 of them realized that something was wrong. As for soul searching, unless it was a last resort, those who had broken through to the overgod realm would definitely not do it casually. After all, soul searching was really harmful to a warrior's Tao. It was a great hindrance to their cultivation and breakthrough. Fortunately, he had entrusted Ma Bai and the other 2 to the Yun family. He had also made the 3 of them change their names. Apart from Yun Shi and Yun Yi, the others did not know their identities. Even if the 2 overgods were powerful, finding the 3 of them would be as difficult as finding a needle in a haystack. As for himself, Longao was not worried at all. As long as he disguised himself slightly, even the two overgods would not be able to find him. Back then on the flying warship, the two of them did not stop him. Therefore, it would be almost impossible for them to catch the four of them after they left. After finding a secluded place, Longao immediately entered the Chaos Palace. He only left after disguising himself. He took a deep breath. If he could kill the two overgods and be devoured by Little Black and himself, it would be a great tonic for both him and Little Black. P.S. Delivery of Chapter 9. Chapter 2900. Pill Palace, Branch Palace. When Longao stepped into the Branch Palace, someone immediately came forward to receive him. Honorable Sir, may I know what kind of elixir you would like to purchase? No need, I am looking for your Palace Master. Palace Master? The receptionist had a difficult expression. After all, the Palace Master had the highest position, and not everyone could meet him. If everyone wanted to meet the Palace Master, wouldn't the Palace Master be busy to death? How could Longao not know what the receptionist meant? He smiled. Longao didn't mind at all and said, "Go and tell your Palace Master that I am a rank 2 elixir inscription master." Yes, please wait a moment. The receptionist was shocked because he knew better than anyone else what a rank 2 elixir inscription master meant. Even an ordinary rank 4 elixir inscription master had a lower position than a rank 2 elixir inscription master. After a short while, a kind-looking old man walked out quickly. Needless to say, this person was the Branch Palace Master of the Black Rock City's Pill Palace, Dongfang Tuing. A rank 3 elixir inscription master had a position comparable to a lord. Not to mention others, even the Black Rock City's city lord, Nangong Chen, had to be polite to him. A rank 3 elixir inscription master could concoct a rank 3 elixir inscription master. Its effect was very domineering. The most important elixir to break through to a lord from a high god was the spatial elixir. However, only a rank 4 elixir inscription master could concoct such a top-notch elixir. According to the rumors, Dongfang Tuing was already very close to becoming a rank 4 elixir inscription master. No one knew when he would break through. If Dongfang Tuing really broke through to become a rank 4 elixir inscription master, his position would probably rise again. At that time, not to mention the Branch Palace Master, he might even be summoned back to the headquarters. The headquarters of the Pill Hall wasn't in the lower heaven domain, nor was it in the middle heaven domain. It was in the first heaven domain. One could imagine how powerful the Pill Hall was. "Sir, please follow me." Longao smiled and followed him. To be welcomed by a rank 3 elixir inscription master, it was enough to show how high a rank 2 elixir inscription master's position was. In a luxurious room. "I am the Branch Palace Master, Dongfang Tuing. How should I address you? Longao?" Hearing the two words Longao, Dongfang Tuing's expression changed slightly. After all, a major piece of news had come out of Blackrock City. 2 overgods from the Middle Heaven domain had joined forces with the city lord to issue a warrant for 4 people. One of them seemed to be called Longao. "Your identity." That's right. Longao didn't hide anything. Since he dared to come to the Pill Hall, he didn't plan to hide anything. "So, what's the purpose of your visit?" Dongfang Tuing was very impressed. 2 master gods and the city lord had jointly issued a bounty, and the other party actually dared to appear in Blackrock City. He was simply courting death. "I want to know if I can get protection if I join the Pill Hall." So that was the case. Dongfang Tuing already knew the purpose of Longao's visit this time. In the end, it was to find a shelter. No matter what, the combination of the 2 master gods and the city lord was too powerful. Even if the opponent was a second-rank pill inscription master, it was impossible for him to contend against such a super existence. If he were to agree to it, He was afraid that it would bring him trouble. Give me a reason and see if it's worth it. Without waiting for Longao to speak, Dongfang Tuing continued, as long as you have enough reason to make me believe you, then I can guarantee that I won't dare to say anything behind your back. On the surface, no matter if it's the two master gods or the city lord of Blackrock City, they won't dare to make a move against you openly. Longao wasn't surprised by Dongfang Tuying's arrogance at all. He had the right to be arrogant. The pill hall was too powerful. Not to mention the city lord of Blackrock City, even the domain lord of Blackrock Heavenly Domain, who was the city lord's father, didn't dare to provoke the pill hall. I can become a third-rank pill inscription master. This reason is not enough to make me believe you. What a joke. How difficult is it for a second-rank pill inscription master to become a third-rank pill inscription master? No one knew it better than him. Because Dongfang Tuing was a third-rank pill inscription master himself. It was just a verbal promise, but he had to offend the city lord of Blackrock City. Obviously, it wasn't worth it. Dongfang Tuing smiled. Longao, you should know who you are offending. Two master gods from the Middle Heaven domain, and one of them is the city lord of Blackrock City. If the pill hall helps you, then we will have to go against the city lord mansion in the future. Do you think it's worth it? He didn't care at all. After all, there's no free lunch in this world. He didn't want to talk too much. If he wanted the pill hall to offend the city lord mansion, including the two master gods from the Middle Heaven domain, and protect himself, then he had to take out enough things. Otherwise, not to mention the person in front of him, no one would do such a thing. A flame suddenly appeared in his palm. It was the heart-burning lotus. Because Longao knew clearly in his heart that a strange flame was more persuasive than anything else. Moreover, what a strange flame meant to an alchemist, especially a pill inscription master, he believed that Dongfang Tuing knew it better than him. Looking at the flame that appeared in Longao's hand, Dongfang Tuing was completely stunned. He stared at the young man in front of him blankly. He knew clearly what the flame in Longao's hand meant. Strange flame, you actually have a strange flame. According to the legends, there are 23 types of strange flame in the world. No matter who obtains a strange flame, they can become a peerless expert. As for an alchemist who obtains a strange flame, they can also become an alchemist grandmaster. An alchemist grandmaster was a super existence that was equivalent to a rank 9 pill inscription master. It seemed like there had never been such a heaven-defying pill inscription master in the entire Chaos realm. Longao only smiled and didn't say anything. The shocking power of a strange flame was really not bad. Actually, Longao was also gambling. He had already inquired about Dongfang Tuying's character. Otherwise, he wouldn't dare to take out a strange flame so casually. Once the news of him possessing a strange flame spread out, he knew what kind of result it would bring. Longao, I want to ask, what is the strange flame in your hand? Burning Heart Flame Lotus. Burning Heart Flame Lotus, ranked 7th among the 23 types of strange flame. It is said that many years ago, the Battle Emperor Xianyuan Bubi obtained the Burning Heart Flame Lotus by chance. It was also because of the Burning Heart Flame Lotus that the Battle Emperor Xianyuan Bubi entered the heavenly region and made a name for himself. No one in the entire Chaos realm knew about the fall of Xianyuan Bubi, except for those who entered the land of inheritance. The Xianyuan sword appeared in Longao's hand once again. He smiled and said, Xianyuan Bubi is my master. Other than the Burning Heart Flame Lotus, I also have this Xianyuan sword. I believe you won't suspect anything, right? Of course I won't suspect anything. If you weren't his disciple, how could you obtain the Burning Heart Flame Lotus? Your luck is really good. I believe that you can break through to become a rank 3 pill inscription master and even go higher in the future. Author's note: all 10 chapters have been delivered. Today can be considered as an outburst. It can also be considered as making up for the debt from a few days ago. It isn't realistic to have outbursts every day. Little Nine will try his best to have 5 chapters a day and outburst on Monday. Chapter 2901. Dongfang Tuing knew very well what it meant to have a strange flame. If it was an ordinary rank 2 pill engraving master, it wouldn't be worth the pill hall's effort. After all, the other party was the Blackrock City's city lord, and even the 2 Middle Heaven domains overgods. With such strength, no one would be willing to provoke them unless they had nothing better to do. Longao looked at Dongfang Tuing in front of him and didn't say anything. Longao already knew how Dongfang Tuing wanted to choose. Time passed by slowly. After an unknown amount of time. Brother Long, I can promise you on behalf of the Pill Hall, and I can guarantee that this matter won't be leaked. But I've already said that as long as you're willing to join the Pill Hall, no matter if it's the 2 of them or the City Lord, they wouldn't dare to do anything to you openly. He didn't continue. Dongfang Tuying's intention was actually very simple. They didn't dare to do anything openly because they were afraid of the Pill Hall, but no one could guarantee that they wouldn't do anything secretly. Several overgods and many high gods. With such strength, even the Pill Hall wouldn't be able to protect them all the time. Until now. Dongfang Tuing didn't know how Longao provoked the 2 overgods. How could Longao not know what Dongfang Tuing meant? He didn't care at all. If he was afraid, he wouldn't have stepped into the Blackrock City. He would have left as far as he could. As if he could guess what Dongfang Tuing was thinking, Longao told Dongfang Tuing everything that happened. After all, he even took out the strange flame, let alone other things. So that's how it is. According to what you said, this energy light spot is definitely not simple. Regarding this point, Longao already knew long ago. Even the unconscious Qin Shuang had already devoured the light spot. Welcome to the Pill Hall. Dongfang Tuing didn't say anything else. A rank 2 pill engraving master with a strange flame and Xianyuan inheritance, such a person must stay in the Pill Hall. Dongfang Tuing could almost say that Longao's future achievements would definitely be extraordinary. He might even become a divine emperor. Thank you. Longao was really grateful. Because even if he had a strange flame, not everyone was willing to recruit him. Toward this person, Longao really admired him. Brother Dongfang, if my guess is correct, you should be able to advance to become a 4th-level pill inscription master very soon. A rank 4 pill inscriptionist's status even surpassed that of a sovereign, and was comparable to the God King. Longao was very clear in his heart what a Tier 4 pill inscription master meant. He smiled. That's right. It should be in the next few years. Thinking that he was about to become a Tier 4 pill inscription master, Dongfang Tuing felt a deep sense of surprise and excitement. Once he became a Tier 4 pill inscription master, he would be able to go to the Pill Hall instead of staying in the Branch Hall. Blackrock City, City Lord's Manor. Dulei and He Zhongtian didn't look too good. Originally, they thought that with the help of the Blackstone City, it wouldn't be difficult to find the 4 of them after they entered the Blackstone Heavenly region. If Nangong Chun helped the 2 of them with all his strength, it would indeed be very smooth. But what was the result? On the surface, Nangong Chun said that it would be very easy, but in reality, he didn't help at all. How could the 2 of them not know what Nangong Chun meant? City Lord Nangong, how is the search for the 4 members of the Black Wind Squad? Nangong Chun looked like he was in his 30s, but in the chaotic realm, one couldn't judge a book by its cover. Some people looked like they were in their teens, but they were already old monsters that had lived for millions of years, or even hundreds of millions of years. Nangong Chun smiled and said, I'm helping you find the Black Wind Squad. However, the 2 of you should know that the Blackstone Heavenly region is boundless. It won't be easy to find traces of the 4 of them. City Lord, how can we shorten the time? The 2 of them were very angry, but they didn't dare to say anything. Nangong Chun definitely wouldn't dare to offend the two of them, but they were helpless because Nangong Chun had the support of the Blackstone Heavenly Region's domain lord. If that was the case, even the forces behind them wouldn't dare to offend the Blackstone Heavenly Region. He felt helpless, but more than that, he regretted it. The flying warship couldn't stay in the Blackstone Heavenly Region forever. Time was too tight. Nangong Chun sneered in his heart. So what if they were two overgods? Unless the Divine King came personally, he didn't need to be afraid of anyone. Moreover, how could the Divine King come to the Blackstone Heavenly Region for such a small matter? The two of you, I heard that you have some treasures that can increase your cultivation base quickly. I wonder if I am lucky enough to have them. At this point, Nangong Chun suddenly stopped and did not continue speaking. The two of them were furious, but they didn't show it on their faces. He Zhongtian said, "Since we have already said this, we won't hide it anymore. Not long ago, we accidentally found a power light spot that contained a shocking power. It might even be the inheritance power of some almighty. Unfortunately, this thing disappeared automatically. When we found it again, we found that the person who accidentally found the light spot had been killed." Nangong Chun wasn't a fool. He instantly understood what the two of them meant. "You mean that the light spot might have been taken away by the Black Wind Squad?" "That's right." The two of them knew very well that although they were overgods, they didn't have any influence in the Blackstone Heavenly Region. It was basically impossible for them to find the 4 members of the Black Wind Squad. They could only rely on the City Lord's estate in the Blackstone Heavenly Region. No matter what, a powerful dragon couldn't defeat a local snake. "Very good. If I find Longao and the other 3, how should we deal with the power of the light spot?" He Zhongtian suppressed his anger. Originally, he wanted to return to the Heavenly Region and devour the light spot. However, he never thought that things would turn out like this. However, it was too late for regrets now. He Zhongtian suppressed his anger and said with a smile, "Once we find the light spot again, the 3 of us will devour the power of the light spot separately. What do you think?" Both He Zhongtian and Du Lei felt helpless that they had to give up a third of the light spot's power for no reason. If they could give up a third of the light spot's power, then they could devour a third of the light spot's power. The two of them knew very well that if they didn't have Nangong Chen's full assistance, they definitely wouldn't be able to find the light spot's power. On the other hand, the flying battleship wouldn't be able to stay for too long. Let alone devouring a third of the light spot's power, they probably wouldn't even be able to devour a sliver of it. However, Nangong Chen shook his head and smiled. "I don't think that distribution is suitable." Chapter 2902. May I know how City Lord Nangong wants to distribute the light spots? I'll do my part, and you'll just sit back and enjoy the fruits of others' labor. So, according to my plan, once we catch Longao, we can divide the light spots into 3 portions. Du Lei and He Zhongtian didn't say anything. They seemed to have guessed something. Their expressions changed, but they immediately returned to normal. "I'll take 2 portions. City Lord Nangong." Nangong Chen waved his hand. Nangong Chen didn't want to waste any more time and said, "I've already said that you're just sitting back and enjoying the fruits of others' labor. It's already good enough that you can get 1 portion. You must be honest." Honest indeed. They had to admit that Nangong Chen was very shameless. Both of them had their own plans. However, in this situation, Nangong Chen obviously had the upper hand. Suppressing the anger in their hearts, the two of them knew that they couldn't do anything in this situation. After all, they didn't have any forces in the Blackstone Heavenly Region. They could only rely on each other. All right. Helplessly, they could only agree for now. What if Longao and the other 3 have already devoured the black light spots? Impossible. Without reaching the Overgod realm, it's impossible to devour the black light spot. The two of them were very confident about this. If that's the case, I'll immediately give the order to search for the 4 of them. Shameless. They didn't see Nangong Chun like this before. Now that he had gotten 2/3 of the benefits, he seemed to have changed into another person. Since things had already come to this, the 2 of them couldn't say anything more. Longao had successfully joined the Pill Palace. However, for the sake of peace, Longao purposely changed his name to Black Wolf. Dongfang Tu-ing treated Longao quite well. After all, there were already 2 rank 2 Pill Rune Masters in the Pill Palace's branch. Dongfang Tu-ing had given Longao his full support. The entire branch was fully supporting Longao to become a rank 3 Pill Rune Master. After all, there was a huge gap between rank 2 and rank 3 Pill Rune Masters. For example, the 2 rank 2 Pill Rune Masters of the Pill Palace. The Pill Palace had spent a lot of effort on them, but they still couldn't become rank 3 Pill Rune Masters. Ji-in and Wenrong were rank 2 Pill Rune Masters of the Pill Palace. Not only that, the 2 of them had also received a lot of training from the branch halls. However, even after several hundred years, the 2 of them were still unable to become level 3 Pill Inscription Masters. He was very envious and jealous. The 2 of them didn't care if the branch palace had done the same thing in the past. In any case, they couldn't bear to see the branch palace nurturing a rank 2 Pill Inscription Master who had just stepped into the branch palace. However, the 2 of them did not dare to say anything. There was no such thing as an impenetrable wall. The city lord's mansion controlled the entire Blackstone city, and Nangong Chen's influence spread throughout the entire city. Even if Dongfang Tu-ing kept it a secret, the 2 level 2 Pill Inscription Masters still leaked Longao's information. Wasn't the Pill Hall openly provoking the city lord mansion and the 2 master gods by hiding Longao? This matter completely shocked Blackrock City. All this time, the Pill Hall and the City Lord Mansion had always minded their own business. However, the Pill Hall's actions were clearly provoking the City Lord Mansion. Pill Hall. In the lobby, Dongfang Tu-ing, 2 rank 2 Pill Inscription Masters, and Longao were all there. After knowing about Longao's situation, Nangong Chun and the other 2 couldn't wait any longer and immediately rushed to the Pill Palace. Palace Lord Dongfang, what do you mean by this? Nangong Chun sneered and asked. He didn't expect Longao to be a rank 2 Pill Inscription Master. However, even if that was the case, the 3 of them had already put out a bounty on Longao. The Pill Hall wouldn't offend the City Lord Mansion for a rank 2 Pill Inscription Master. Could it be that Longao had already given the light spot's energy to the Pill Hall? If that was the case, then things would be troublesome. The Pill Hall was extremely powerful. Not to mention Blackrock City, even his father wouldn't dare to provoke the Pill Hall. The Pill Hall was a giant in the chaotic realm. Its branches were spread throughout the 99 heavens domains. Dongfang Tu-ing smiled and said, I don't quite understand what City Lord means. Dongfang Tu-ing wasn't just a rank 3 Pill Inscription Master. He was also a Master God. Because in every core city of the 33 heavens domains, there would be a Master God level rank 3 Pill Inscription Master overseeing it. From this, one could imagine how terrifying the Pill Hall was. Asking the obvious, Nangong Chun suppressed the anger in his heart and said, This black wolf beside you is Longao, the person we're looking for. You clearly know his identity, but you still want to recruit him to the Pill Hall. Isn't this provoking the City Lord Mansion? City Lord, you're exaggerating. I didn't know that Longao was a rank 2 Pill Inscription Master. Why can't he join the Pill Hall? If it was someone else, it would be fine. However, the light spot's energy was too important. If he could devour it, he might be able to break through the Divine King realm and reach the Divine Emperor realm. For the light spot, he must bring Longao away today. Palace Lord Dongfang, we're from the Zhong Long domain. Before He Zhongtian could finish his words, Dongfang Tu-ing waved his hand and stopped him. Where you came from has nothing to do with me. I only know one thing. Longao is already a member of the Pill Hall. No matter who it is, don't even think about taking him away. Domineering. Longao sighed. This was the strength of the Pill Hall. No matter if it was the City Lord Mansion or the Zhong Long Domain, Dongfang Tuing didn't give a damn about them. In the end, it wasn't because Dongfang Tuing was powerful. It was because the Pill Hall behind Dongfang Tuing was extremely powerful. Not to mention the middle domain, even the upper domain wouldn't be afraid of them. Nangong Chun and the other two's expressions were extremely ugly. After all, the strength of the Pill Hall behind Dongfang Tuing was obvious. If it was something else, they wouldn't be willing to provoke the Pill Hall. However, they couldn't give up on the light spot's energy. They definitely couldn't give up on it. The three of them had already guessed that Longao might have already given the light spot's energy to Dongfang Tuing. Otherwise, why would Dongfang Tuing protect Longao? It wasn't realistic at all. On one side, it was the middle domain and the City Lord Mansion. On the other side, it was a rank 2 pill inscription master. As long as one's brain wasn't damaged, one would know what to choose. Longao will give you a chance. As long as you hand over the thing, we can leave immediately. Moreover, this matter will end here. How about it? Because of the Pill Hall, the three of them had no choice but to take a step back. They didn't care about Longao's life or death at all. All they wanted was the light spot's energy. How could Longao not know what the three of them wanted? Longao was almost certain that the thing the three of them wanted was the light spot that Qin Shuangshuang devoured. As for Xiao He, the egg from before, the three of them shouldn't know about it. It should be Tong Debao who got it by accident. Perhaps even Tong Debao himself didn't know that Xiao He could be hatched. P.S. I stayed up too late last night. Today I have a terrible headache. I barely managed to write the second chapter. I'm going to sleep first. I'll write another chapter at night. I hope everyone can forgive me. Chapter 2903. The three of you, I really don't know what you want. From Dongfang Tuying's point of view, what the three of them wanted should be the mysterious flame in Longao's hands or Xianyuan Bubi's Xianyuan sword. Dongfang Tuying truly treated Longao as a friend. Plus, Longao was still a member of the Pill Palace. If they handed him over, how could the Pill Palace face the Pill Rune Masters in the world? Should they say it out loud? The three of them weren't sure if Dongfang Tuying knew it or not. At this moment, the imprint suddenly said, "Palace Master, Longao just joined the Pill Palace." Shut up. Before the imprint could finish, Dongfang Tuying had already stopped it coldly. Without waiting for the imprint to speak, Dongfang Tuying already knew what the imprint was going to say. The imprint's expression instantly became gloomy. He and Wenrong were rank 2 Pill Rune Masters after all. Their status and strength were obvious. Yet, the Palace Master treated them like this because of Longao. How could they accept it? The two of them didn't dare to say anything. The Pill Palace's strength was too terrifying. If they dared to offend the Pill Palace, they would definitely die. Plus, they were still members of the Pill Palace. If they left the Pill Palace, how could the Pill Palace let them go so easily? They stared at Longao fiercely. From their point of view, if Longao didn't join the Pill Palace, the support they received wouldn't be reduced so much. Anger. Resentment. They wished that Longao would be killed by the three overgod. Longao, you mean you don't want to take it out? He Zhongtian suppressed the anger in his heart. If Dongfang Tuying really protected Longao, even the forces behind him couldn't do anything. The Pill Palace's strength was too strong. I still have the same words. I don't know what the three of you want. Looking at Longao's face, it would be a lie if he said he wasn't angry. Longao, don't think that you can sit back and relax just because you have the Pill Palace as your backing. The meaning of Du Lei's words was very clear. If they couldn't do it openly, could they not do it secretly? They had 3 over-gods on their side, plus the City Lord Mansion's forces. Even if Longao had the pill hall behind him, he wouldn't be able to stop them. Longao just smiled and said indifferently, "I'm going to refine pills. Goodbye." Dongfang Tuying's face was also filled with disgust, and he also said to send the guest off. An eviction order. With the expulsion order, the relationship between the two sides cooled down completely. Aside from being a lord god, Dongfang Tuying was also a powerful existence that was about to break through to the 4th rank of Pill Inscription Master. Once he broke through, he would be able to leave the branch palace and enter the main palace. Good, very good, very good. Nangong Churn and the other 2 stood up and quickly left. Seeing the 3 figures gradually disappear, Dongfang Tuying said helplessly, "Brother Long, Nangong Churn and the other 2 will definitely not let this matter rest. You have to be careful." "I know." Longao was sincere towards Dongfang Tuying. This person was indeed a good person. If it was someone else, not to mention whether they would steal the Heavenly Flame and Xianyuan sword from him, it would be impossible for them to offend the Middle Heaven region and the City Lord Mansion for him. City Lord Mansion. As soon as the 3 of them returned, they saw an old man sitting on the main seat of the main hall. His appearance was kind, but his eyes were shining brightly, giving off a majestic aura. Seeing the old man, Nangong Churn immediately took a step forward and said in surprise, "Father, why are you here?" "Father? Nangong Baofeng?" No matter if it was Du Lei or He Zhongtian, they were both shocked. After all, none of them had seen Nangong Baofeng before, but they had heard many legends about him. Nangong Baofeng, a legendary figure. He rose from a nobody to a peak divine king in the end. He even oversaw the Blackstone Heavenly Region and became the Domain Lord of the Blackstone Heavenly Region. "Greetings, Domain Lord." Nangong Baofeng smiled and nodded. "Please have a seat." "Chun'er, what happened?" Naturally, Nangong Chun would not conceal anything from his father. He told him about the power of the specks of light and Long Ao's matter in great detail. After listening, Nangong Baofeng's expression was calm. He looked at He Zhongtian and Du Lei and asked, "What is the light spot?" Something that could catch the eye of a divine king might not be able to catch the eye of a divine king. Domain Lord, to be honest, the light spot that we obtained by accident contains boundless energy. Even the 2 of us could not devour it forcefully. This was the real reason why the 2 of them did not devour it immediately. The 2 of them wanted to devour it immediately, but when they realized that they could not, they decided to return to the Zonglong Heavenly Region to see if there was any other way to devour the light spot. However, they did not expect something like this to happen. How could they not feel angry? On the other hand, Nangong Baofeng was extremely shocked. How could he not know what the 2 of them were talking about? With their strength, they were unable to forcefully devour the power of the specks of light, so it was completely possible to imagine just how great the power of the specks of light was. The light spot's energy was not only useful to divine kings, it was also useful to him. If he could devour the light spot's energy, he might be able to break through to the divine king realm and become a divine emperor. Nangong Baofeng knew the difference between a divine king and a divine emperor. If he could break through to the divine emperor realm, the Blackstone Heavenly Region that he was in charge of would be able to reach a higher level. Is the Pill Palace that determined? Thinking about the Pill Hall's attitude, Nangong Chun was extremely angry. He said, "All this time, our City Lord's mansion and the Pill Hall have never interfered with each other. I never thought that the Pill Hall would become enemies with our City Lord's mansion for a rank 2 Pill Inscription Master. Father, should we?" How could Nangong Baofeng not know what his son was thinking? He was shocked. If he really offended the Pill Hall, not to mention the current him, even if he managed to break through to the Divine Emperor realm, he would still not be a match for the Pill Hall. "Chun'er, don't be rash. The Pill Palace's strength is not something that you and I can fight against. The Pill Palace has countless branches, especially the main branch that is located in the first heavenly region. It is a colossus. If we lure out the old monster of the Pill Palace, we will die no matter where we go. How could Nangong Chen not know how strong the Pill Palace was? He was just saying those words out of anger. Even if he had 10,000 guts, he would not dare to offend the Pill Palace. Otherwise, he would not have held back and would have destroyed the branch directly. Dongfang Tuing guessed that Nangong Chen would not dare to take action. That was why he dared to be so arrogant. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. However, there was nothing he could do. Chapter 2904. Father, what should we do now? Nangong Chen wouldn't give up so easily. The value of the light spot's power was already in front of him. Nangong Fengyun thought for a while and said, even if it's for the light spot's power, we won't go against the Pill Hall directly. We can just capture Longao secretly. Nangong Chen and the other two weren't worried about whether they could capture Longao or not. It was still the same sentence. The three of them didn't care about Longao's life at all. They only cared about one thing, and that was the light spot in Longao's hand. Du Lei's attitude was very respectful as he said, Master, under normal circumstances, the Pill Hall wouldn't offend us for a rank 2 Pill Inscription Master. The biggest possibility is that Longao might have already given the light spot's power to the Pill Hall. This was what the three of them were worried about the most. They felt helpless. If that was the case, then what's the use of killing Longao? How could Nangong Fengyun not know what Du Lei meant? We can't be sure about this yet. The first thing we need to do is to capture Longao. The most depressed ones were Du Lei and He Zhongtian. The two of them knew that with Nangong Fengyun's interference, even if they could get the light spot's power back, they wouldn't even get 1/3 of it. 1/10? 1/10? No matter how much power they got, they wouldn't be able to take it back. After all, the master's strength was there for all to see. Miscalculation, what a miscalculation. The more they thought about it, the more they regretted it. If they didn't let the 4 members of the Black Wind team go, there wouldn't be so much trouble. Even now, the two of them didn't expect Longao to be a rank 2 Pill Inscription Master. Pill Hall. As a rank 2 Pill Inscription Master, Longao naturally had his own residence. It was a courtyard house. Normal people wouldn't come to disturb him. Even the servants wouldn't step in without Longao's permission. From a rank 2 Pill Inscription Master to a rank 3 Pill Inscription Master, there was only a tiny bit of bottleneck left. Longao was very excited. If it was someone else's alchemy method, it would take dozens of years or even hundreds of years to advance from a rank 2 alchemist to a rank 3 alchemist. Even Dongfang Tuing, who is extremely talented in alchemy, spent over 30 years to break through to the 4th level of Pill Inscription Master. Was he really gifted? In addition to his great talent, Longao knew very well that the biggest reason was because he possessed the heavenly flame. This time, I will definitely become a 3rd rank Inscription Master. This time, Longao did not continue to use the Burning Heart Flame Lotus. His intuition told him that even if he continued to use the Burning Heart Flame Lotus, it would take several years for him to break through to become a level 3 alchemist. The flame of primal chaos was another type of heavenly flame. Longao originally wanted to ask Dongfang Tuing what kind of heavenly flame the primal chaos flame he possessed was, but after thinking about it, he decided to forget about it. Possessing one heavenly flame was already heaven-defying enough. If he were to possess another one, who knew what kind of trouble he would cause? You may know a person for a long time without understanding their true nature. Although Longao sincerely treated Dongfang Tuing as a friend and Dongfang Tuing was a good person, no one knew what would happen after seeing 2 heavenly flames. Alchemy. Longao was obviously able to make it. The primal chaos flame he possessed was far above the burning heart flame lotus in terms of level and power. It was a pleasant surprise. One must know that the burning heart flame lotus was the 7th-ranked heavenly flame. The primal chaos flame's power was above the burning heart flame lotus. From this, it could be seen that the primal chaos flame was ranked very high among the 23 heavenly flames. In other words, not only did he obtain the 7th-ranked burning heart flame lotus, he also obtained a heavenly flame that was likely to be one of the top 6 heavenly flames. After refining for a total of 6 hours, Longao's face was filled with surprise and excitement. He did not expect that his advancement this time would be so smooth. The rank 2 alchemy pattern on his palm had once again been recognized by the heavens and earth, and became a rank 3 alchemy pattern. According to Dongfang Tuing, the difference between a rank 2 alchemist and a rank 3 alchemist was extremely huge. It could also be said that a rank 3 alchemist was a watershed. Creek. At this moment, Dongfang Tuing quickly came over with 2 alchemist pattern masters. Looking at the youth in front of him, Dongfang Tuing asked, "Brother Long, I just felt that something was wrong. Could it be that you?" Dongfang Tuing did not dare to confirm. After all, Longao had only obtained a rank 2 alchemy pattern not long ago. If he was able to break through to a rank 3 alchemist so quickly, it would seem that his talent was extraordinary. Even in the main palace, he would be ranked first. Longao smiled and nodded. He said, "My luck is not bad. I was lucky enough to become a rank 3 alchemist." Lucky? Luck is not bad? If advancing to a rank 3 alchemist was so easy, then alchemist pattern masters would be too worthless. Dongfang Tuing was pleasantly surprised. After all, he treated Longao as a brother. For Longao to be able to break through to a rank 3 alchemist in such a short period of time, he also felt very happy. The 2 people behind Dongfang Tuing had bitter smiles on their faces. Originally, they were angry that Longao had taken away their treatment. But after Longao became a rank 3 alchemist, the 2 of them already knew that the Hall Master's eyes were sinister. If they did not personally witness this kind of heaven-defying talent, they would not be able to believe it. Congratulations! At this moment, the 2 of them sincerely congratulated Longao. They were very clear that the height that Longao stood at was not an existence that the 2 of them could compare to. This kind of talent, the main palace would soon have news about it. How could Longao not know about the changes in the 2's hearts? He did not say anything, nor did he continue to argue. Instead, he smiled and nodded. He said, "The 2 of you have been stuck at the rank 2 alchemist pattern master for a long time. I have a few opinions. I don't know if the 2 of you are willing to listen." "Of course we'll listen. Only idiots wouldn't listen." The other party was able to break through to a rank 3 alchemist pattern master from a rank 2 alchemist pattern master in such a short period of time. Thinking about it, other than talent, there must be some other reason. The 2 of them had been stuck at the rank 2 alchemist pattern master for far too long. It was so long that even the Pill Hall was prepared to give up on them. Although they could get better treatment after leaving the Pill Hall as an alchemy inscription master, it was still better for them to stay in the Pill Hall. Otherwise, the 2 of them wouldn't have stayed here for so long. Not to mention the 2 of them, even Dongfang Tuing pricked up his ears. He wanted to hear what Longao's opinion was. "My opinion is actually very simple. Don't blindly try to concoct rank 3 pills. After all, with your alchemy skills, it's still not the time. It's better to concentrate on concocting rank 2 pills. When the time comes, you can try to break through to the rank 3 alchemist pattern master." Longao knew when to stop and when not to overdo it. Chapter 2905. The 2 of them were not fools. They understood what Longao meant. They bowed respectfully and said, "Thank you for your advice." "Not really. Let's discuss it together." The more Dongfang Taiying looked at him, the more he liked him. His decision was right. For a person who might become an alchemy grandmaster in the future, he would not hesitate to offend the city lord mansion and the two overgods. Brother Long, I have reported your matter to the main palace. There might be news soon. Thank you. Longao obviously knew what the other party meant. No matter how powerful the sub-palace was, it would always be a sub-palace. There were countless sub-palaces, but there was only one main palace. Longao wanted to see what kind of existence the legendary main palace of the Pill Palace was. The main palace was located in the first heavenly region. No one dared to offend it in the entire chaotic world. One could imagine how powerful the Pill Palace was. After the two of them left, Dongfang Taiying said, "Brother Long, there's a bit of trouble." "What's wrong?" Seeing Dongfang Taiying's serious face, Longao's heart skipped a beat. "Did something happen?" "According to the news I received, Nangong Baofeng has entered the city lord mansion." "Nangong Baofeng? The domain lord of the Blackstone Heavenly Region?" Longao was not unfamiliar with the domain lord of the Blackstone Heavenly Region. He had heard a lot about Nangong Baofeng. Nangong Baofeng was a legendary figure. He rose from a nobody to become the domain lord of the Blackstone Heavenly Region. Nangong Baofeng was also a peak divine king. He was only one step away from becoming a divine emperor. "Is Nangong Baofeng going to deal with me?" As if he could guess what Longao was thinking, Dongfang Taiying said with a serious face, "Although I don't know why they are looking for you, Nangong Baofeng loves Nangong Chen very much." Dongfang Taiying's intention was clear. Nangong Baofeng might go against him for Nangong Chen. If it was the main palace or the powerful sub-palace, they would not be afraid of the domain lord of the Blackstone Heavenly Region. However, the situation was different now. The sub-palace here could not go against Nangong Baofeng. "Brother Dongfang, do you know what they want?" Dongfang Tuing had never asked because he knew that if the other party wanted to tell him, there was no need for him to ask. The other party would tell him. If the other party didn't want to tell him, it would be pointless for him to ask. Furthermore, they were friends. There were some things that could be asked and some things that could not be asked. The power of light dots. What was the power of light dots? However, Dongfang Tuing knew very well that an item that could catch the eye of three lords was most likely no ordinary item. Since things were already like this, Longao didn't continue to hide it. He briefly recounted what had happened earlier. Dongfang Tuing was very solemn. So the power of the light spot was this strong. However, it had already been devoured by Longao's wife. It was impossible for her to return it to the three of them. If that was really the case, then this matter would be extremely troublesome. "Brother Long, since the light spot's power is no longer present, then we can be considered to have a showdown with the City Lord Mansion." "I'm sorry, I implicated the Pill Hall." "Ha ha ha, Brother Long, since you're from the Pill Hall, why would you say that you implicated us?" He didn't care at all. Dongfang Tuing was very clear about the strength of the Pill Hall. Even the domain lord of the Blackstone Heavenly Region wouldn't dare to provoke the Pill Hall. As for Longao, it was hard to say. "Brother Long, I'm not worried that they'll go against the Pill Hall. I'm worried about you." "Big Brother Dongfang, don't worry. I have a spatial divine item. Even a divine king might not be able to lock onto my location." Longao was very confident about the primal chaos palace that he owned. Longao also changed his name from Brother Dongfang to Big Brother Dongfang. Such a person was worth befriending. It was shocking. Dongfang Tuing naturally knew what a spatial divine item meant. In the primal chaos world, among all the divine items, only flying divine items and spatial divine items were the rarest. After all, only a divine king-level blacksmith could forge a spatial divine item. What kind of concept was that? Dongfang Tuing didn't say anything else. After all, even he couldn't resist Nangong Baofeng. No matter what, Nangong Baofeng was still a divine king. Moreover, he was a peak divine king. At night, Longao had successfully advanced to become a rank 3 pill marking master. Now, what he needed to do was to stabilize his foundation as a rank 3 pill marking master. This matter could be said to be simple, but it could also be said to be difficult. Who is it? Seeing that no one answered him, Longao trusted his intuition. He said coldly, "Since you're here, why don't you show yourself? Are you a coward?" What a sharp tongue. In the next second, a black figure appeared in front of Longao. It was an old man. It was none other than the domain lord of the Black Stone Heavenly Region, Nangong Baofeng. If it was some other matter, Nangong Baofeng wouldn't be willing to provoke the Pill Hall. After all, the Pill Hall's strength was there for all to see. Not to mention that he was just a divine king. Even if he broke through to the divine emperor realm, he still wouldn't be able to fight against the Pill Hall. However, Nangong Baofeng was very clear that the light spot that Chun, and the two overgods mentioned was definitely not simple. It might even be the key for him to break through to the divine emperor realm. How could he not be tempted? Nangong Baofeng's cultivation had been stuck at the peak divine king realm for many years. He couldn't find a breakthrough. This time, he must get the light spot's power. Because of that, Nangong Baofeng risked his face to enter the Pill Hall. Of course, he knew that if this matter was leaked out, he would lose all his face. Not only that, if the Pill Hall knew that he secretly entered the Pill Hall, they would definitely think that he was provoking the Pill Hall. Even so, Nangong Baofeng still came. He wanted to obtain the light spot's power smoothly. He hoped that he could use this opportunity to break through to the divine emperor realm. "I've heard a lot of legends about you. I've always thought that you're a righteous person. But now, it's really better to meet you in person than to hear about you. The domain lord of the Black Stone Heavenly Region is actually doing such a sneaky thing." Longao wasn't surprised at all, because he already guessed that Nangong Baofeng would definitely come to find him. He just didn't expect that Nangong Baofeng would be so sneaky. It was really unexpected. Nangong Baofeng was very angry. He had never done such a thing before. If it wasn't for the light spot's power and the fact that he didn't want to offend the Pill Hall, he wouldn't have to do this. "Longao, as long as you hand over the light spot's power, I can spare your life. What do you think?" Nangong Baofeng didn't care about Longao's life at all. He only wanted the light spot's power. Chapter 2906. The Light Spot's Power. Longao had also guessed it. Because of that, he became even more curious. It seems like the light spot's power wasn't that simple. Shrugging his shoulders helplessly, Longao said, "I'm sorry, I have already given the light spot's power to someone else." As expected, Nangong Baofeng and the other three were afraid of this. According to their guesses, Longao might have already given the light spot's power to the Pill Hall. Otherwise, why would the Pill Hall protect him so much? Could it be because of Longao's alchemy level? Although level 2 alchemists were rare, there were still plenty of level 2 alchemists in the Pill Hall. How could the Pill Hall be willing to fall out with the City Lord Mansion for a level 2 alchemist? Anger. If he went to Dongfang Tuing to ask for the light spot's power, he would definitely return empty-handed. "You're courting death." He didn't want to waste any more words. The only thing he could do was to kill him and search his soul. As for whether the light spot's power was still there, he would know after trying. If a divine king wanted to kill a lower god, it would only take a few minutes. Regarding this, Nangong Baofeng had a lot of treasures. But the result? In the next second, Longao disappeared without a trace. He disappeared into thin air just like that. Spatial divine artifact. In just an instant, Nangong Baofeng had already guessed that his opponent might have a spatial divine artifact. because even he didn't have such a heaven-defying divine artifact. It was too difficult for a blacksmith to forge a spatial divine artifact, because blacksmiths who could reach the level of a divine king were extremely rare in the entire primal chaos realm. He was overjoyed. Even if he couldn't obtain the light spot's power, it would be great if he could obtain this spatial divine artifact. He immediately started to lock onto it. After breaking through to the divine king realm, one would be able to control the power of space. Especially after breaking through to the peak divine king realm, not only would one be able to seal space, they could even break space. The moment Longao disappeared, Nangong Baofeng had already sealed the surrounding space. Nangong Baofeng could clearly sense that Longao's spatial divine artifact was within his sealed space. It was just that he couldn't lock onto it immediately. He was pleasantly surprised, because he already knew that the spatial divine artifact was very powerful. Greed. Within the primal chaos palace, Longao could naturally sense that the surrounding space had been locked down, as expected of a God King expert. Just this move alone was enough to kill anyone below the God King realm. No wonder there was a saying in the primal chaos realm that everyone below the God King realm was an ant. In the end, it was because the God King had already grasped the power of space. They were in big trouble now. Longao was exasperated. If he could gain complete control of the primal chaos palace, he could definitely leave this place. There was no need for him to be trapped here by the other party. The primal chaos palace was not only a spatial artifact, but it was also a flying artifact. Unfortunately, this flying divine artifact was still unable to fly. Time passed. Right at this moment, Nangong Baofeng sneered. He extended his hand and grabbed the primal chaos palace. Humph! Nangong Fengyun directly tossed the small haul away. He had never imagined that the spatial god artifact could attack people. Even though he was a god king, he had almost been injured by the spatial god artifact. Longao, you definitely won't be able to escape. Just show yourself. Nangong Baofeng was unwilling to make a move unless he had no other choice. Since you can lock onto my position, why don't you try and see if you can break the divine artifact? Arrogant. Nangong Baofeng was furious. As a god king and the domain lord of the Black Stone heavenly region, he had never been humiliated like this before. He was actually toyed with by a puny lower god. In his fury, Nangong Baofeng couldn't care about anything else and attacked the primal chaos palace fiercely. Originally, he thought that with his strength, it would be a piece of cake to break the opponent's divine artifact. However, the spatial god artifact didn't even budge after his attack. In the next second, a powerful aura soared. It was none other than Dongfang Tuing who was rushing over. He saw Nangong Baofeng crazily attacking the spatial god artifact as soon as he arrived. Dongfang Tuing wasn't an idiot. He instantly understood what was going on. Domain Lord Nangong, you barged into our pill hall and attacked our pill engraving master. Do you want to become enemies with our pill hall? Nangong Baofeng was furious. It was supposed to be a sure thing, but it ended up like this. Palace Lord Dongfang, you're exaggerating. I came here this time to take back what belongs to me. I don't have the intention to become enemies with the pill hall. The pill hall's strength was obvious. Nangong Baofeng wouldn't make a move unless he had no other choice. If he offended the pill hall, he wouldn't be able to establish himself in the primal chaos world in the future. Dongfang Tuing also didn't want to become enemies with the pill hall. No matter what, Nangong Baofeng was still the domain lord of the Black Stone heavenly region. His identity was there. If this matter was spread to the main palace, he didn't know what the main palace would do. Domain Lord Nangong, Longao is our pill hall's rank 3 pill engraving master. As for what a rank 3 pill engraving master means, I believe you know it better than me. So, Domain Lord, please leave this place. If there's anything, we can talk about it tomorrow. Rank 3 pill engraving master? When did Longao become a rank 3 pill engraving master? Of course, Nangong Baofeng wouldn't doubt the other party's words. However, according to Chern and the other two, Longao was only a rank 2 pill engraving master. Could it be that Longao had just made a breakthrough? If that was the case, Longao was indeed talented. Just like what the other party said, a rank 2 pill engraving master and a rank 3 pill engraving master weren't on the same level. The difference between the two was too big. Alright, farewell. The information about this matter wasn't true at all. It was impossible for them to deal with Longao if they continued to stay. If they provoked the main palace's people, then the Black Stone City would be in big trouble. They would have plenty of time to deal with Longao in the future. After Nangong Baofeng left, Longao came out of the Primal Chaos Palace. But even so, he was still a bit scared. A divine king was a divine king, especially a peak divine king. Their strength was undoubtedly powerful. Not only could they lock onto the Primal Chaos Palace, they could even seal it. If it wasn't for the Primal Chaos Palace being so powerful, the result would be hard to predict. Big Brother Dongfang, I really have to thank you this time. Longao was really grateful to him. Offending the Nangong Domain Lord for him wasn't something everyone could do. After all, it was one thing to say, but actually doing it was another thing. Dongfang Tuing was very shocked. Although he had seen many spatial divine items, Longao's spatial divine item seemed to be even more powerful. Chapter 2907. He let out a deep sigh. Dongfang Tuing said helplessly, Brother Long, don't think that your spatial divine tool can stop Nangong Domain Lord. I can tell you that Nangong Domain Lord is not as simple as he looks. I would like to hear more. Longao did not think that he was fearless just because he had the Chaos Palace. But regarding the strength of divine kings, through this time, Longao could also be considered to have a rough understanding. Very strong. Very strong. As expected of a peak divine king. However, Longao knew that Dongfang Tuing was implying something. I believe that Brother Long has heard of the legend of Nangong Baofeng. That's right. Nangong Baofeng, a despicable person who rose to become the domain lord of the Blackstone Heavenly Domain. He was a legend in the entire chaotic world. Nangong Baofeng is not only talented, his strength is also heaven-defying. According to the legend, Nangong Baofeng once defeated a low-grade divine emperor. After hearing Dongfang Tuying's words, Longao could not help but be shocked. He knew what it meant for a peak divine king to defeat a divine emperor, even a low-grade divine emperor. A peak divine king could only break the spatial shackles. However, after breaking through to the divine emperor realm, even a low-grade divine emperor could form his own spatial domain. Longao knew better than anyone what the spatial domain meant. Nangong Baofeng actually defeated a low-grade divine emperor. Unbelievable. As if he could guess what Longao was thinking, Dongfang Tuing said respectfully, Nangong Fengyun is indeed a figure that only appears once every 10,000 years. Although he is only a peak divine king, he has already condensed his own space domain. This is because there are very few people who can condense a space domain in the divine king realm. Once again, Longao was shocked. Longao knew what it meant to be able to form a spatial domain in the divine king realm. No wonder Nangong Baofeng could kill a low-grade divine emperor as a peak divine king. Nangong Baofeng did not use the power of the spatial domain. Otherwise, your spatial divine tool might not be able to withstand the spatial domain. That was true. Not to mention Dongfang Tuing, even Longao didn't have full confidence. Big Brother Dongfang, if you have something to say, just say it. There was a hidden meaning in his words. Longao was not a fool. How could he not understand the meaning behind Big Brother Dongfang's words? Brother Long, forgive me for being blunt. Even if I wanted to protect you, with Nangong Fengyun's interference, no one in the entire sub-hall can go against him. Longao didn't say anything. I've already reported this matter to the main palace. You're only a level 2 pill inscription master. I'm afraid the main palace won't meddle in other people's business. If we can protect you, then we will. If we can't, then we'll leave. To tell the truth, Longao wasn't angry at all because he knew that Dongfang Tuing thought he was one of them. This was a true friend. But your situation is completely different now. You're a level 3 pill inscription master, and you've broken through in such a short period of time. I can already imagine your future achievements. Apart from that, you also have a mysterious flame. I'm afraid the main palace won't just stand by and watch. A level 3 pill inscription master with a mysterious flame. Unless the main palace lost their minds, they wouldn't give up on such a genius. Thank you, Big Brother Dongfang. Longao smiled. Dongfang Tuing continued, the main palace won't be here so soon. So you have to be careful during this period. I'll also be on guard at all times. I'm afraid Nangong Fengyun won't make a move again before he has full confidence. Dongfang Tuying's meaning was clear. After this incident, Nangong Fengyun wouldn't make a move easily. When he makes a move again, it will be a thunderous strike. He must have full confidence. Big Brother Dongfang, I wonder how long it will take for the main palace to arrive. 3 months, half a year, or even a few years. After all, even I don't know how the main palace decided. What I said just now is just my guess. So that's how it is. I understand. Big Brother Dongfang, don't worry. I'm confident that I can resist Nangong Fengyun. This time, I've successfully broken through to a level 3 pill inscription master. I'll stay and help you. Thank you. Longao knew that with Dongfang Tuying's help, the speed of him stabilizing his level 3 pill inscription master would be greatly reduced. City Lord's Mansion. Seeing their father return, Nangong Chun and the other two thought that the matter had been settled. After all, their father was a peak divine king and possessed the space domain. With such strength, he could even kill a junior divine emperor, let alone a lower divine god. It wasn't like their father hadn't killed a primary divine emperor before. That matter had shaken the entire Chaos World's 99 heavens. Father, Longao was killed? Humph. Nangong Fengyun heavily snorted and said coldly, according to what you said, this Longao is only a level 2 pill inscription master? That's right. Longao is indeed a level 2 pill inscription master. Moreover, his cultivation is only a high-level lower god. If it wasn't for the light spot, the Pill Palace wouldn't have protected Longao and offended our City Lord's mansion. Nonsense. I just went to the Pill Palace. Longao isn't a level 2 pill inscription master. He's a level 3 pill inscription master. You should know the difference between a level 2 pill inscription master and a level 3 pill inscription master. Level 3 pill inscription master? When did Longao become a level 3 pill inscription master? The three of them didn't have the slightest doubt. After all, Nangong Fengyun wouldn't lie so casually. Thinking until here, the three of them were shocked. If it wasn't because of the light spot, then it was because of Longao's extraordinary talent. However, thinking about it, this kind of talent was really heaven-defying. If this situation continued, then Longao would really become a level 4 pill inscription master in the future. Once he became a level 4 pill inscription master, even if Longao was still a lower god, his status would be comparable to a master god. However, the three of them couldn't understand. So what if Longao was a level 3 pill inscription master? Their father had already made his move. With their father's valiant strength, dealing with a Longao should be more than enough. Nangong Fengyun didn't say anything, and the three of them didn't dare to ask. At this time, Nangong Fengyun said, as long as Longao leaves the Pill Palace, we can make our move. Nangong Fingyun's meaning was very clear. The three of them had an ugly expression. After all, Longao wasn't a fool. As long as his brain wasn't damaged, he wouldn't leave the pill palace casually. Chapter 2908. After a whole month, with the help of Dongfang Tuing, Longao barely managed to stabilize his rank as a level 3 pill inscription master. Brother Long, your talent is the most terrifying I've ever seen. In just a month, you've already stabilized your rank as a level 3 pill inscription master. If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. Longao smiled. Thank you, big brother Dongfang, for your help. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to stabilize my rank as a level 3 pill inscription master so quickly. That was indeed the case. Longao was very grateful to Dongfang Tuing. Brother Long is too polite. Dongfang Tuing seemed to have thought of something and suddenly said, Brother Long, forgive me for asking you. Now that you've stabilized your rank as a level 3 pill inscription master, when will you start refining level 4 pills? The difficulty of advancing from a level 3 pill inscription master to a level 4 pill inscription master could be imagined. Even for someone as talented as Dongfang Tuing, it took him several decades to break through. Moreover, it was only a few years later. Longao didn't know what Dongfang Tuing meant. Longao said truthfully, Big brother Dongfang, I've already become a level 3 pill inscription master. In the next few years, I'm preparing to stabilize my rank as a level 3 pill inscription master. Dongfang Tuing shook his head. Big brother Dongfang, if there's anything you want to say, just say it. Longao was very curious. He didn't know what Dongfang Tuing meant. Under normal circumstances, although he had stabilized his rank as a level 3 pill inscription master, it was almost impossible for him to break through to the level 4 pill inscription master. However, Dongfang Tuing was already a level 3 pill inscription master and was about to break through to the level 4 pill inscription master. Brother Long, if you choose to believe me, then since you've stabilized your rank as a level 3 pill inscription master, you should immediately start refining level 4 pills and become a level 4 pill inscription master in the shortest time possible. Hearing Dongfang Tuing's words, Longao was surprised. It was completely different from what he was thinking. As if he could guess what Longao was thinking, Dongfang Tuing continued, Brother Long, listen to me first. After hearing Dongfang Tuing's words, Longao had a rough understanding of what he meant. If it was anyone else, they would definitely continue to stabilize as a level 3 pill inscription master. However, according to Big Brother Dongfang, he had absolute talent in alchemy. If he struck while the iron was hot, he could definitely continue to refine level 4 pills. He wouldn't suspect Big Brother Dongfang. Big brother Dongfang, I believe you should also know that level 4 spiritual herbs and level 4 beast pills are still a little difficult for me right now. Whether it was a rank 4 spiritual grass or a rank 4 beast pill, the price was astronomical. The sub-palace fully supports you. She would be lying if she said she wasn't touched. Longao knew very well what Dongfang Tuing meant. In short, he had the full support of the entire sub-palace. This favor was too great. Brother Dongfang, it's me. Of course, Dongfang Tuing knew what Longao wanted to say. Before he could say anything, Dongfang Tuing waved his hand and said, Brother Long, we are brothers. If you are so polite, then you don't see me as a brother. Since that's the case, I won't hold back. Longao did not continue to be courteous. There was no need to say anything. Brother Long, I will prepare level 4 spiritual herbs and rank 4 beast pills for you tomorrow. You don't have to hold back. Try to become a level 4 pill inscription master as soon as possible. Okay. After sending Dongfang Tuing off, Longao smiled. He was very grateful. How could he not know what Dongfang Tuing meant? Because of the light spot, not only did the two overgods want to find him, even Nangong Baofeng and Nangong Chen wanted to deal with him. Such a strong enemy was not something the sub-palace could contend against. The four of them were also afraid of the sub-palace, so they did not dare to openly deal with him. However, it did not mean that the four of them would give up. Although Dongfang Tuing had already told the main palace about this matter, and guessed that the main palace would fully support him, no one knew what the main palace was thinking. Dongfang Tuing also did not know. A level 3 pill inscription master did not have a very high status in the pill palace. Otherwise, as a level 3 pill inscription master, he would not have been assigned to the Blackstone City and become a sub-palace master. In the pill palace, only those who could break through to level 4 pill inscription master would have absolute status. If one could become a level 5 pill inscription master, without a doubt, not to mention divine kings, even divine emperors would have to be polite to them. Because of this, Dongfang Tuing hoped that he could become a level 4 pill inscription master as soon as possible. Firstly, if he became a level 4 pill inscription master, even if he was only a lower god, his status would immediately skyrocket. No matter where he went, he would receive a relatively high treatment. Secondly, once he became a level 4 pill inscription master, the main palace would definitely fully support him. At that time, the domain lord and the city lord of the Blackstone Heavenly region, including the two overgods, would have to think twice if they wanted to deal with him. Now that he had stabilized his status as a level 3 pill inscription master, Longao naturally hoped that he could continue to work hard and continue to concoct level 4 pills to become a level 4 pill inscription master. It was easy to think about it, but it was very difficult to actually do it. A level 4 pill inscription master's status was comparable to a overgod. From this, one could imagine how high the status of a level 4 pill inscription master was. On the second day, Dongfang Tuing indeed found a lot of level 4 spiritual herbs and level 4 beast pills for Longao. This matter was done with great fanfare, as if Dongfang Tuing did it on purpose. If it was before, the two level 2 pill inscription masters would definitely be envious and jealous. However, the current Longao was already at a height that they couldn't touch. What made the two of them feel inconceivable was that Longao didn't just become a level 3 pill inscription master. How long has it been since he became a level 4 pill inscription master? Wasn't this kind of alchemy level a little too heaven-defying? No wonder the branch palace supported Longao so much. If it was someone else, they would also fully support such a heaven-defying person. The two of them were very clear that once Longao became a level 4 pill inscription master, his status would be far above the palace masters. Brother Long, here are 100 sets of spiritual herbs required to concoct level 4 pills. As for beast pills, there are only 3 of them. You can concoct the level 4 pills first. When you are confident, you can concoct the level 4 pills. Spiritual herbs weren't much to the pill palace. They even have a lot of level 4 spiritual herbs. Only level 4 beast pills were hard to find. After all, level 4 spiritual beasts were already comparable to overgod. It wasn't easy to kill them and obtain their beast pills. Therefore, the value of level 4 beast pills was far above level 4 spiritual herbs. Big Brother Dongfang, what do I have to pay attention to when concocting level 4 pills? Chapter 2909. Power. Dongfang Tuing said, Brother Long, given your current power, it's not enough for you to break through to the 4th level of pill inscription master. How could Longao not know what Dongfang Tuing was implying? For a demigod to become a 3rd level pill inscription master was a miracle in itself. I suggest that from now on, you focus all your efforts on breaking through to the 4th level of pill inscription master. Once you break through, you should have a 70% chance of becoming a 4th level pill inscription master with the help of the heart-burning flame lotus. I know what to do. In the following days, Longao trained with all his might. In a short half-month, he broke through to the peak of the demigod stage. In the remaining time, he would constantly swallow condensation pills and form a jindan in his body. This step could be said to be simple, but it could also be said to be difficult. Many people, including countless geniuses, would fail at this step. In the end, whether or not a peak demigod could form a jindan depended not only on talent and jindan, but also on luck. Longao constantly swallowed condensation pills. 1 pill. 2 pills, in order to break through to the demigod stage in the shortest amount of time. Longao couldn't care less. He forcefully swallowed condensation pills. After swallowing a total of 30 condensation pills, if he still wasn't able to form a jindan in his body, then Longao wouldn't need to continue training. 3 days later, Longao smoothly broke through to the demigod stage. Although he was only an early-stage demigod, his power had undergone a heaven-shaking, earth-shattering change. Even Dongfang Tuing had never imagined that in a short 3 days, Longao would really break through to the demigod stage. Without wasting any time, he immediately began to concoct the 4th level pills. The status of a 4th level pill inscription master was far from what a 3rd level pill inscription master could compare to. However, to become a 4th level pill inscription master was indeed not an easy task. Even though Longao had the help of the strange flame, it was still the same. Blackrock City. Everything was calm. Ever since the previous incident, Nangong Baofeng and the others hadn't acted again. But Longao didn't relax in the slightest. Even if you beat him to death, he wouldn't believe that Nangong Baofeng and the others would choose to give up. Within the Primal Chaos Palace, looking at Qin Shuangxuang, who was still unconscious, Longao still didn't know what kind of power the light spot Qin Shuangxuang had devoured was. It didn't seem to be an ordinary item. Even Nangong Fengfeng, the master of Blackstone Heavenly Region, was so nervous about the light spot power, let alone the 2 master gods and the city master. That was enough to prove the value of the light spot power. Under such circumstances, both of them were still able to devour the power of the light spots. Shuangxuang, what should I do? He felt very guilty. His intuition told him that Nangong Yin might know something about this. Helplessly, Nangong Yin was too mysterious, especially in the current situation, which was clearly unrealistic. He sighed deeply. He really didn't know what to do, but Longao didn't intend to give up. No matter what price he had to pay, he had to wake Shuangxuang up. The next morning, many people came to the Pill Palace to look for trouble. Among them, there was even a master god. As for these people, no one had ever seen them before. It was obvious that they weren't from the Black Rock City. Guohuai, a beginner master god. Guohuai brought 4 high gods to the Pill Palace and started to look for trouble. He insisted that the pellets bought by the Pill Palace prevented him from breaking through to the Divine King realm. This excuse was quite impressive. After all, the pellets weren't 100% effective. If that was the case, the pellets wouldn't be pellets anymore. They would be omnipotent divine items. It was obvious that the 5 of them were here to look for trouble. In the end, they had no choice but to let the shop owner, Dongfang Tuing, deal with them personally. However, the 2 of them didn't even talk much before they started fighting. If it was before and the Pill Palace was provoked, the City Master Mansion would definitely step in. After all, the Pill Palace was also in the Black Rock City. The Black Rock City's rules forbade fighting in the city. But what happened in the end? From the beginning to the end, the City Master Mansion didn't show up. Their intention was clear. As for the reason, everyone in the Black Rock City knew. For Longao, the Pill Hall had shed all pretense of cordiality with the City Lord's mansion. Whether it was worth it or not was still unknown. After all, the value of a level 3 pill engraving master was still there. Longao also knew that someone was here to look for trouble. Originally, he wanted to go out and help, but he was stopped by Dongfang Tuing. According to Dongfang Tuing, the other party didn't come with good intentions. It was obvious that they were here to look for trouble. A master god and 4 high gods. With such strength, even if he stepped in, he wouldn't be able to help much. However, Longao felt that there was something fishy about this matter. What kind of existence was the Pill Hall? He knew it better than anyone else by 10,000 times. How could a mere overgod and 4 high-level gods dare to provoke the Pill Hall, even if it was just a branch hall? Provoking the Pill Palace, no matter who you are, you should be prepared to be hunted down by the entire Pill Palace. Unless it was a last resort, no one would be that stupid. What's going on? Could it be Nangong Fengyun? Thinking until here, Longao already knew that if he guessed correctly, it should be a diversion. Nangong Fengyun wasn't here to look for trouble with the Pill Palace. His real goal was to deal with him. What a despicable Nangong Fengyun. Just like what Longao guessed, if he kept hiding in the Pill Palace and waited for the people from the main hall to come, even Nangong Fengyun wouldn't be able to do anything. Rather than that, the 4 of them decided to take the risk after discussing. Guo Huai, the master god that the city master mansion secretly subdued. He had been working for the city master mansion outside for so many years. In order to successfully kill Longao and snatch the spatial divine tool and the energy light spot, the city master mansion sent out Guo Huai to lure Dongfang Tuing away. With their strength, once they joined hands, it was more than enough to deal with a single Longao. At this moment 12 figures suddenly appeared. Among them were Nangong Fengyun, Nangong Chen, Du Lei and He Zhongtian. As for the other 8 people, they were the 8 master gods from the city master mansion and the domain master mansion. In order to end the battle quickly, Nangong Chen and Nangong Fengyun were going all out this time. If they were dealing with other people, they wouldn't need to make such a big fuss. However, Longao's situation was different. The spatial divine tool in his hand was too heaven-defying. Even with Nangong Fengyun's powerful strength, he couldn't break it open forcefully. In desperation, the 12 of them could only join hands. 1 peak divine king and 11 master gods. With such strength, no one below the divine emperor realm could be their opponent. Longao, what I said before still stands. As long as you hand over the energy light spot and the spatial divine tool, I can spare your life. However, I will have to destroy all of your memories. Chapter 29:10. Although Nangong Fengfeng and the other 3 were willing to take the risk for the light spot energy and the spatial divine tool. But in the end, the 4 of them were still afraid of the Pill Palace. If the Pill Palace knew about this, there would be a lot of trouble. Cutting the weeds and eliminating the roots to prevent future troubles. If Longao was willing to hand it over, then it was not impossible to cripple his strength and wipe out all his memories. But would Longao agree? If Longao agreed, then he would not be Longao. Nangong Fengfeng smiled strangely. Nangong Fengfeng, the domain lord of the Blackstone Heavenly Region, a peak divine king expert, did such a despicable thing. Really? Longao did not continue speaking, but the sneer on his face said it all. Presumptuous. Nangong Chen was completely furious. Since he was young, his idol was his father. In the 33 lower heavenly regions, which divine king expert could kill a divine emperor? Only his father did it. Killing a divine emperor with the strength of a divine king, this matter shook the entire chaos world. Presumptuous? Longao was really amused and said, "Did I say something wrong?" The domain lord of the Blackstone Heavenly Region, a peak divine king expert, a legendary figure, did such a thing today. If this is not despicable, then what is? Nangong Fong stopped Nangong Chen from continuing. Since we gave you a chance, if you don't take it, then don't blame us for being impolite and attacking. Longao was just a lower god. Any random person who came out here, wanting to kill a lower god, was something that could be done in a matter of minutes. From the beginning to the end, no one put Longao in their eyes. If Longao did not have a spatial divine tool, why would they need to use so many overgods? It was like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. Of course, the 12 of them would not all attack at once. As long as the opponent did not enter the spatial divine tool, they would not join hands. After all, the 12 of them joining hands against a lower god, needless to say, they would feel embarrassed. White-robed, nameless. He liked to wear white clothes all year round, which was why he was known as the white-robed master god. He was also a supreme figure who was decisive in killing. It was just that he didn't like to show his face. Bai Yi sneered. This was a good opportunity for him to perform. After all, he came from the city lord's mansion, and his greatest hope was to be able to follow the governor. Nangong Fengyun was a god in Bai Yi's heart. In the blink of an eye, he arrived before Zhang Xian. He sent a palm strike at Longao. As long as Longao didn't hide in his spatial divine item, this palm strike would be enough to take his life. Longao stood where he was, motionless. He had no intention of entering the primal chaos palace. Could it be that Longao was going to commit suicide? Many people were very curious. They didn't know what Longao meant. Just as Bai Yi's palm was about to hit Longao, the situation suddenly changed. Ah! Longao's body was struck by the palm strike, and he was sent flying. If it wasn't for his undying primordial spirit, Longao would have died long ago. It was also because of his undying primordial spirit that Longao dared to do this. Otherwise, even if he was given 10,000 guts, he wouldn't dare to do so. However, Longao was clear that he wouldn't be able to withstand a single strike from Bai Yi with his own strength. However, the current situation was completely different. He could definitely kill Bai Yi. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To be able to kill a master god was definitely something to be excited about. Heart-burning lotus. Although Longao's body had already been ruthlessly sent flying by the palm strike, Bai Yi's palm had also ruthlessly struck the burning heart flame lotus without any restraint. Even though Longao was still unable to use the true power of the heart-burning lotus, it wasn't something that could be touched casually. There was a horrible shriek. Seeing that the white robe in front of them was already enveloped by the flames, everyone was shocked to the extreme, because everyone could already tell what Longao had used just now. Strange fire. It was definitely a legendary strange fire. Longao actually possessed a strange fire. This was something that no one had expected. After all, everyone knew very well what a strange fire meant. There were a total of 23 types of strange fire in the world. Every single strange fire was an existence that defied the natural order. Anyone who obtained any strange fire could become the strongest person in the world. Whether it was Nangong Fengyun, Nangong Chen, Du Lei and the others, all of their eyes were filled with greed. Longao really had a lot of good brothers. Longao couldn't take the Master God's primordial spirit as he watched the Master God being killed. The heart-burning lotus was too powerful. Primordial spirits couldn't escape at all. In just a few short seconds, a lord had already been incinerated by the heart-burning lotus, leaving nothing behind. Nangong Chen was furious. A Master God. That was a Master God. Even the city governor's mansion couldn't afford to lose a Master God. However, a mere lower god had tricked them right under their noses, causing them to lose a Master God. Nangong Chen's voice was extremely gloomy. He said coldly, Longao, if I don't tear you into pieces today, I swear I'm not human. Is that so? Longao sneered. He didn't care at all. I'm sorry, I don't have the time to play with you. Goodbye. In the next second, Longao's figure had already disappeared instantly. He knew very well that the reason why he could kill a lord with the help of the burning heart lotus was because the other party was not paying attention at all. He was killed by him due to his carelessness. If the other party knew that he had the mysterious flame, how could he continue to succeed? Spatial Divine Tool. The remaining 11 people naturally knew that Nangong Chen had a spatial divine tool. Therefore, none of them were surprised. Nangong Baofeng immediately sealed the surrounding space and started to lock onto the spatial divine tool. One had to admit that Nangong Baofeng was indeed powerful. He quickly locked onto the Chaos Palace's position and used the spatial domain to forcefully reveal the spatial divine tool. Other than Nangong Baofeng, no one else could do this. They were all excited. Such a spatial divine tool was truly heaven-defying. If they could get their hands on it, they would be extremely excited. Let's attack together. The longer the battle dragged on, the more disadvantageous it would be for them. Because everyone knew that Dongfang Tuing would be back soon. When Dongfang Tuing returned, everything would be leaked out. At that time, if the Pill Hall really wanted to settle this matter, it would become very troublesome. The Blackstone Heavenly Region couldn't fight against the entire Pill Hall. Not to mention the Blackstone Heavenly Region, even divine emperors wouldn't dare to provoke the Pill Hall casually. Other than the Pill Hall's strength, more importantly, the Pill Engraving Masters in the Pill Hall could gather many powerful warriors. Chapter 29:11. From the 11 people's point of view, they would definitely succeed if they worked together. But what happened in the end? Even after a series of crazy attacks, they still couldn't break through the opponent's spatial divine tool. Was this for real? If they didn't see it with their own eyes, they would find it hard to believe. However, Nangong Feng and the others didn't feel frustrated or angry at all. Instead, they were even more surprised. The stronger Longao's spatial divine tool was, the more greedy they were. If they could obtain such a heaven-defying spatial divine tool, it would be like adding wings to a tiger. Father, Dongfang Tuing is back. Retreat. In a short while, the 11 of them had all disappeared without a trace. If they didn't fight against Dongfang Tuing, no one would believe what Longao said alone. If Dongfang Tuing saw it, it would be a different story. As soon as the 11 people left, Dongfang Tuing and the others returned. In this battle, the Pill Hall Palace had lost 3 high gods, while the other party had lost 4 high gods. However, to a sub-hall, 3 high gods was indeed a huge loss. Until now, Dongfang Tuing still didn't know who the opponent was. It was very strange. Why would they provoke the Pill Hall? Could it be because of Longao? Other than that, he couldn't think of a second reason. When Dongfang Tuing stepped into Longao's residence, he instantly sensed that there must have been a huge battle here. Seeing that nothing happened to Longao, who suddenly appeared, Dongfang Tuing finally let out a sigh of relief. He couldn't wait and asked, "Brother Long, what happened?" For big brother Dongfang, Longao did not hide anything from him. He told him everything that had happened before. I see. Dongfang Tuing had already guessed it. Hence, he didn't continue to chase after the people who provoked the Pill Hall. Instead, he rushed back with his fastest speed. What he was afraid of really happened. "Brother Long, you just said that you killed a master god?" He didn't believe it. Dongfang Tuing naturally knew what it meant for a middle god to kill a master god. No matter who it was, they wouldn't believe it. It was just too ridiculous. If someone else said it, he wouldn't believe it even if he was beaten to death. Except for Longao. Brother Long didn't have to lie to him. Could it be that Brother Long really killed a master god? How could this be? This was almost impossible. Big brother Dongfang, the reason why I was able to succeed was because the opponent was careless and struck the heart-burning flame lotus with his palm. So that was the case. Dongfang Tuing already knew what had happened. With Longao's strength, it was indeed impossible for him to kill an overgod. However, heavenly flames were different. There was no need to elaborate on how powerful heavenly flames were. Even sovereigns would be incinerated by heavenly flames. The city lord's manor has miscalculated this time. Originally, they thought that they could lure the tiger away from the mountain. Who would have thought that they would end up losing the bait instead? Not only did they fail to deal with you, they even lost an overgod. How laughable! Even the city lord's manor could not afford to lose an overgod. Longao was also amused and said, "Big brother Dongfang, it seems like I can't stay here any longer. No one knows when the people from the main hall will come, so I'm prepared to go out and explore." Longao did not want to implicate Dongfang Tuing. Previously, he had the spatial artifact and the heavenly flames. His secrets were alluring enough. Even godkings could not resist their greed, let alone Nangong Fengfeng and the others. If he continued to stay in the branch hall, he would inevitably bring disaster to Dongfang Tuing and the branch hall. Even if the city lord's manor planned to destroy the branch hall, as long as they did it cleanly, it might not be impossible. How could Dongfang Tuing not understand Longao's intentions? However, before Dongfang Tuing could say anything, Longao spoke again. "Big brother Dongfang, there's no need to say anything more. Blackrock City alone cannot kill me. In the future, when I become a rank 4 inscription master or break through to overgod, I'll definitely come back for you." Dongfang Tuing sighed deeply. How could Dongfang Tuing not know the current situation? Both he and Longao were at a disadvantage. It was impossible for him to protect Longao all the time. In particular, Longao's possession of heavenly flames had already been exposed. If Nangong Fengfeng really went crazy and attacked the branch hall, even he would not be able to do anything. "Brother, be careful." "I will." Longao really did not dare to stay any longer. Who knows what the other party would do? Not only could he not stay any longer, he had to leave openly. Only in this way could the city lord's manor know that he had left the branch hall immediately. The moment Longao left, the city lord's manor already knew about it. "Father, is there something strange about this matter?" "It shouldn't be. There are two possibilities. The first is that Longao did not want to implicate the branch hall, so he chose to leave the pill hall. The second is that Dongfang Tuing was afraid that we would take action, so he chased Longao out. No matter what the reason is, since Longao has left the pill hall immediately, we don't need to hold back anymore." Du Lei and He Zhongtian were very depressed. They stood up at the same time and said, "Regent Lord Nangong, we just received news that our master asked us to return immediately. We cannot delay any longer, so we will take our leave first." The two of them were very clear that if it was only Nangong Chen, they might be able to get a share of the loot. However, the situation was different now. The Regent Lord Nangong had already interfered. Even if they could take back the light spot's power, it was another matter whether they could get a share of it. Instead of wasting time here, they might as well return early and see how their master would deal with this matter. How could Nangong Fengfeng not know about their little tricks? However, he did not make things difficult for the two of them. After all, the power behind the two of them was too strong. Even he did not dare to provoke them casually. Nangong Fengfeng smiled and said, "If that's the case, then I won't keep the two of you. When you return, send my regards to your master. Tell him that I will personally make a trip to the Zhong Long Tian domain in a few days." Personally? The two of them did not know what Nangong Fengfeng meant, but they did not dare to say anything. They bowed respectfully and said, "We will definitely pass on your message. Goodbye." Looking at the two of them slowly leaving, Nangong Chen said coldly, "If it wasn't for that old thing, the two of you would already be dead. Chen although I can kill a beginner divine emperor, if you want to reach a higher level, you will have to break through to the Divine Emperor realm. This time, Longao is the key. We cannot fail no matter what. Father, I know what to do. Nangong Chun naturally hoped that his father's cultivation could reach a higher level. Chapter 29:12. Longao left the Pill Palace? The news of Longao leaving the Pill Palace spread throughout the entire Black Rock City. In an instant there were different opinions. The biggest discussion was that Longao was chased out of the Pill Palace. No matter what, the City Lord Mansion's strength was there. The Pill Palace wasn't worth being enemies with the City Lord Mansion for a rank 2 Pill Inscription Master. After Longao left the Pill Palace, he didn't leave the Black Rock City as he expected. He wasn't an idiot. How could he not know that it was almost impossible to leave the Black Rock City at this time? Even an idiot would know that the Black Rock City's gate was sealed and guarded by a Lord God. If he went there recklessly, he would be walking into a trap. It was just as Longao guessed. As long as he didn't leave the Black Rock City, Nangong Fong and Nangong Chen wouldn't make a move easily. One was the city lord, the other was a domain lord. How could they make a move personally? As for a high god, he didn't need to be afraid. Both sides had their own plans. They were very high profile. Longao found the most luxurious inn in the Black Rock City and stayed there temporarily. Not to mention a normal high god, even if a lord god or a lord god came personally, he was confident that he could enter the Primal Chaos Palace instantly. As long as the Primal Chaos Palace was in his hands, he wouldn't have to worry. When he found a suitable opportunity, he would leave the Black Rock City immediately. When he broke through to the Divine King realm, he would come back to take back everything that happened today. 1 day was fine. 2 days was fine. 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. On the 11th day, Nangong Chun and Nangong Fong couldn't wait any longer. The two of them didn't make a move personally. Instead, they sent thousands of people to seal off the inn. The City Lord Mansion announced that anyone who dared to provoke the City Lord Mansion must be killed without mercy. Those who were smart could see that the person the City Lord Mansion wanted to deal with was Longao, the rank 2 Pill Inscription Master who left the Pill Palace. Until now, the people outside still didn't know that Longao had become a rank 3 Pill Inscription Master. This time, Longao was dead for sure. The City Lord Mansion had made a move. Not to mention a middle god, even a Lord God might not be able to escape. Many people were curious. What exactly happened? Since the City Lord residents had personally taken action, it was easy to imagine that this matter was definitely not as simple as it appeared on the surface. The surroundings of the inn had been cleaned up. At this moment, Nangong Fong and Nangong Chun had brought several dozen overgods to the inn. From the beginning to the end, no one had discovered them at all. There was a loud boom. The entire inn collapsed in an instant. Longao stood against the wind, staring at the people in front of him. Nangong Fong, Nangong Chun. You guys came later than I expected. Ha! Ha 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 ha. Nangong Fongyun? Nangong Chun? Longao clearly did it on purpose, his voice spreading throughout the entire Black Rock City. Everyone who heard the voice was shocked. They all looked in the direction of the inn in a daze. Many people had already guessed that the city lord, Nangong Chun, would take action personally. But what was the result? Not only the city lord, Nangong Chun, but even the domain lord of the Blackstone Heavenly Region, Nangong Fong, had come. What exactly had happened that caused the legend of the Blackstone Heavenly Region to appear? Unbelievable. However, not a single person doubted it. Furthermore, everyone was thinking about what kind of secret Longao had. At a spaceship dock not too far away from the Black Rock City, Du Lei and He Zhongtian were extremely indignant in their hearts. The power of the light spots should have been theirs to begin with. But now, Nangong Chun and Nangong Fengfeng had benefited for nothing. If not for the fact that they were weaker than the other party, the both of them would not have chosen to leave so easily. Seems like they have already taken action. This time around, Longao is dead for sure. The power of the light spots and the heavenly flame will fall into the hands of Nangong Fengfeng as well. If we were to report this to the master, would it bring us trouble? This was what Du Lei was truly worried about. After all, they did not report to the master that they had obtained the light spots. Instead, they were the ones who were preparing to devour the power of the light spots. If they were to report this to the master might take his anger out on the both of them. Wouldn't that be like going for wool and coming home shorn? How could they do something as foolish as that? However, He Zhongtian shook his head and said with a smile, "The master will not do that. Once we return, we will report everything." Would the master not believe us? The power of the light spots, the heavenly flame, the spatial divine tool. Longao is definitely not a simple person. From now on, we should not stop at any place. We should rush back to the heaven region as soon as possible. I wonder if Nangong Fengfeng and Nangong Qin will succeed. If it were someone else, a divine king and dozens of overgods would definitely be able to eliminate them easily. However, Longao's situation was a little special. The spatial divine tool that he possessed was very powerful. Nangong Fengfeng had failed twice before. From this, one could imagine what Longao's spatial divine tool meant. It would be a lie to say that they did not want to obtain it. However, the both of them did not have the slightest doubt. After all, Nangong Fengfeng was a peak divine king with his own spatial domain. He could even kill a junior divine emperor. A single Longao would not be able to withstand such a powerful warrior. From their point of view, Longao was definitely going to die this time. In desperation, the two of them could only choose to leave. Just as the spaceship was about to leave, a loud bang was heard. Several overgods began to attack the spaceship crazily. Du Lei and He Zhongtian were shocked. They immediately understood what was going on. If they were not mistaken, it must be that the domain lord of the Black Stone heavenly region was not willing to let them go. Thus, he wanted to eliminate them completely. This point was completely conceivable. If it were the two of them, they would definitely do the same. After all, the secrets on Longao's body were all earth-shattering, especially the heavenly flame. How could such a secret matter be casually spread out? The overgods did not care about anything else. Under their orders, they began to attack the spaceship crazily. Du Lei and He Zhongtian did not dare to fight head-on. Who knew if Nangong Fengfeng had any tricks up his sleeve? They immediately started the spaceship and left quickly. This time, the two of them had wronged Nangong Qin and Nangong Fengfeng. This was because Nangong Fengfeng had never thought of killing them. Otherwise, they would not have had the chance to leave the Lord's mansion. As for the people who attacked the spaceship, it had nothing to do with the Black Stone City. At this moment, Nangong Fengfeng and Nangong Qin were fully focused on dealing with Longao. As long as they could successfully kill Longao and obtain the spatial divine tool, the heavenly flame and the light spot, everything would be worth it. Nangong Fengfeng knew clearly what it meant to break through to the divine emperor realm. Chapter 29:13. Longao, I've got to see who else is going to come and save you today. Nangong Qin smirked coldly. The reason why Longao had killed a master god earlier on wasn't because of his own strength. It was because the other party had accidentally attacked his strange flame. Nangong Qin and Nangong Fengfeng had already guessed what the strange flame in Longao's hands was. Heart-burning flame lotus. Out of the 23 strange flames, it was a super strange flame that was ranked 7th. If they could obtain the heart-burning flame lotus, They might even become a peerless powerful being. However, Longao did not say anything. He had already witnessed the shamelessness of the two of them personally. There was no point in saying anything more. Nangong Fong did not seem like he wanted to drag things out any longer as well. He waved his hand and said kill. The dozens of master gods behind him appeared at the same time. Because they were prepared this time around, even if Longao were to use the heart-burning flame lotus, he could forget about killing any of the master gods. I'm going to destroy the City Lord Manor today. Destroy the City Lord Manor? With just you? Ha 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 ha. Upon hearing the words of Longao, everyone burst out laughing maniacally as though they had just heard the funniest joke in the world. So what if Longao's cultivation state had already broken through to the middle god state? For people like them, middle gods were just ant-like existences. To think that he would want to destroy the City Lord Manor? What shameless boasting! Longao ignored the mockery of the masses as a ball of flame appeared in the palm of his left hand. It was the heart-burning flame lotus. Looking at the heart-burning flame lotus, be it Nangong Fong or Nangong Chen, their eyes were filled with greed. After all, everyone knew better than anyone else what a strange flame meant. However, what happened next had everyone stunned as they stood rooted where they were in a daze. That was because another type of flame had appeared in Longao's right hand. Evidently, it was another type of strange flame. Two types of strange flames? To think that he had two types of strange flames? For a person to possess a single type of strange flame was already extremely lucky. After all, in the entire chaos, there were only 23 types of strange flames in the 99 heavens. But the outcome? To think that Longao alone would possess two types of strange flames. Even if they were to witness it with their own eyes, it was something that was unbelievable. Could a person possess two types of deviant flames at the same time? It was common knowledge. No matter who it was impossible for them to possess more than two types of mystical flames at the same time. Once they devoured one, they would definitely be burned by both types of mystical flames. Legend has it that there were people who had devoured two types of mystical flames at the same time and were immediately burned by both types of mystical flames. He used the primal chaos flame and the burning heart flame lotus with both hands. Longao knew very well that it was almost impossible to rely on his own strength to fight against the people in front of him. Unless he used deviant flames, and two types of deviant flames at that. He wondered how powerful the fusion of the heavenly flames would be. The first time, Longao didn't have full confidence, but in this case, he could only try. Longao, what do you want to do? Ha 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 ha. Longao laughed maniacally. His laughter was filled with insanity. Nangong Fong and the rest seemed to have guessed what Longao was going to do next. Their faces turned ugly. They had never thought that Longao would really do that. Have a taste of the power of the collision of two mystical flames. No one knew how powerful the collision of two mystical flames would be. Even Longao himself didn't know. But this time around, he couldn't care less. All he wanted was to destroy Blackrock City. Madness. Longao, are you crazy? The collision of two mystical flames, even if it's you, you'll die. Nangong Fong and Nangong Chen had not expected the other party to be this crazy. Two mystical flames colliding? Only someone with a brain would do something as crazy as that. Until now, no one could figure out how Longao did it. How could he possess two mystical flames at the same time? Stop it! Stop it! Seeing that Longao was really going to collide the two mystical flames, Nangong Fong panicked. Everyone knew that the moment the two mystical flames collided, the entire Blackrock City would be razed to the ground. Die! The heart-scorching lotus and the chaos flame collided fiercely. The two mystical flames released a horrifying amount of power. However, there was no destruction as expected. Longao had miscalculated. If the chaos flame was any other mystical flame, the collision of the two mystical flames might really result in a terrifying explosion. Only the chaos flame was different. The chaos flame's power was far above the heart-scorching lotus. Under the collision of the two mystical flames, the heart-scorching lotus couldn't compete with the chaos flame at all. Even so, the collision of the two mystical flames was no small matter. Everyone in the surroundings retreated as fast as they could. They were afraid that they would be burned by the mystical flames if they were too slow. Not to mention overgods, even divine kings weren't afraid of death. Longao had not expected such an outcome. Without any hesitation, he immediately entered the Chaos Palace. Longao sighed. It seemed like his guess was right. The Chaos Flame's power was far above the heart-scorching lotus. Even if the two mystical flames collided, they wouldn't be able to unleash their power. Where is he? Nangong Fengfeng couldn't suppress his anger. Longao was just bluffing just now. If he had taken the opportunity to kill Longao, he would have succeeded. But it was too late to regret now. Longao had obviously hidden in his spatial artifact. Father, there's no time to lose. We should break the spatial artifact as soon as possible. Otherwise, this matter will definitely spread out. It will be very disadvantageous for us then. How could Nangong Fengfeng not know about his son's worries? His face turned cold as he said, "Immediately seal the entire Blackrock City. No one will dare to leave without permission. Those who disobey will be killed without mercy." Yes. In the next moment, Nangong Fengfeng and the others began to lock onto Longao's spatial artifact. In a short while, the Chaos Palace was locked onto. Without hesitation, everyone began to attack the spatial artifact in front of them. As for whether they would lose face or not, no one cared about it anymore. Spatial artifact, two mystical flames, the power of light dots, Longao's secrets. Even a divine emperor wouldn't be able to resist such temptation. But what was the result? Even with everyone's combined efforts, they still couldn't break the spatial artifact. If they didn't experience it themselves, they would find it hard to believe. My lord, the spatial artifact in Longao's hand can only be refined by a divine emperor blacksmith. Even if we join forces, I'm afraid we won't be able to break it. Chapter 29:14. Nangong Fengfeng was also depressed about Longao's spatial divine tool. If he could get his hands on such a powerful spatial divine tool, it would be like adding wings to a tiger. But in the end, even if he could lock onto the spatial divine tool, it would still be nonsense if he couldn't break it. What should he do? Nangong Fengfeng and the others had already sealed the space around the ruins. It was impossible for Longao to leave. In the Primal Chaos Palace, Longao looked at the Primal Chaos Flame in his right hand and was shocked. He was almost sure that the Primal Chaos Flame in the Primal Chaos Palace was much more powerful than the Burning Heart Lotus. What was the ranking of the Primal Chaos Flame? One must know. The Burning Heart Lotus was ranked 7th among the 23 heavenly flames. The Primal Chaos Flame was more powerful than the Burning Heart Lotus. Without a doubt, the Primal Chaos Flame would be ranked in the top 6. He was very excited. He thought that the collision of the two heavenly flames would destroy the entire Blackrock City. He didn't expect that it wouldn't be as powerful as he imagined. It wasn't easy to leave. Nangong Fengfeng's spatial domain was too powerful. As long as he left the Primal Chaos Palace, he would definitely be sealed. It was unknown if he could continue to enter the Primal Chaos Palace. He couldn't leave rashly, but he couldn't stay here forever. The entire Blackrock City was in an uproar. He originally thought that the City Lord would be able to kill Longao in a matter of minutes, but he never thought that Longao would actually be able to block it, and even destroy everything around him. From the beginning to the end, no one knew that the domain lord of the Black Stone heavenly domain would descend and personally take action. Pill Palace. Dongfang Tuying's face was very ugly. He already knew what happened before. He wanted to, but he couldn't. After a short while, Palace Lord, I just received news that Longao not only withstood the attack and hid in the spatial divine tool, but also, even. He stammered 3 times in a row, unable to say a word. Calm down. Say what you want to say. Hearing that Longao didn't die, Dongfang Tuying was relieved. As long as he could hide in the spatial divine tool, even Nangong Fengfeng wouldn't be able to break it. Dongfang Tuying was very confident in the spatial divine tool in Longao's hand. Hall Master, according to the information I received. After listening to the people below, Dongfang Tuying was completely stunned. 2 heavenly flames? Apart from the burning heart flame lotus, the Dragon Brothers actually had another type of mysterious flame. They were actually not burned by the collision of the 2 types of mysterious flames. This was simply a miracle among miracles. Dongfang Tuying knew very well what 2 kinds of heavenly flames meant. Longao actually possessed 2 types of heavenly flames, and they coexisted peacefully. If they were to grow up, who knew how powerful they would become? Unbelievable. It was even more inconceivable. Dongfang Tuying naturally knew that even if Longao had become a level 3 pill inscription master, the main palace might not care about him, especially if he had provoked the city lord's mansion and the domain lord. He had already reported this matter to the main palace, and under normal circumstances, even if no one was sent here, the order would have already been issued. But what was the result? Although he had concealed the matter of the heavenly flame, the main palace's actions were indeed chilling. If the main palace knew that Longao not only had 1 type of heavenly flame, but also 2 types of heavenly flames, who knew what the main palace would think? In the entire Chaos Realm's 99 heavenly domains, there were only 23 types of heavenly flames. Those who could obtain them were all peerless experts or peerless pill inscription masters. Dongfang Tuying could completely imagine that if the matter of Longao possessing 2 types of heavenly flames was sent back to the main palace, then the main palace's attitude would definitely take a 180-degree turn. However, it was too late to say anything now. Even if the main palace knew and sent people here, they wouldn't be able to save Longao. It was all his fault. If he had reported the matter of Longao possessing heavenly flames earlier, then today's matter would have a different ending. Everyone had their own selfish motives, and Dongfang Tuying was no exception. Dongfang Tuying sighed deeply. Feeling helpless, Dongfang Tuying clenched his fists and muttered to himself, "Brother Long, even if I have to risk my old life, I will still save you." Thinking until here, Dongfang Tuying immediately left the pill hall and headed towards the ruins. In the ruins, "Dongfang Tuying, what do you want?" Seeing the sudden arrival of Dongfang Tuying, Nangong Chen's expression was very gloomy. As for Nangong Baofeng, he wasn't here. After all, it was better not to let others know about this matter. After all, Nangong Baofeng was a legendary figure in the entire Black Stone heavenly region. Nangong Chen, I've already said before that Longao is my pill hall's pill inscription master. Moreover, he's a rank 3 pill inscription master. You should know what a rank 3 pill inscription master means. You killed my pill hall's pill inscription master in public. I want to ask you, what are you trying to do? Could it be that the City Lord Mansion wants to publicly challenge my pill hall? Without giving Nangong Chen a chance to speak, Dongfang Tuying continued, I've already reported this matter to the main palace, not to mention the Blackstone City. Even the domain lord of the number 1 heavenly region wouldn't dare to casually provoke the main palace. If it was just a rank 3 pill inscription master, it was unknown if the main palace would really make a move. However, the current situation was completely different. Not only did Longao possess one type of heavenly flame, he even possessed another type of heavenly flame. What two types of heavenly flame meant, he was clearer than anyone else in his heart. Once this matter was known by the main palace, there was no doubt that the main palace would protect Longao. There was no doubt about this point. If this was really the case, then this matter would really be troublesome. Before the main palace sent someone over, he had to kill Longao as soon as possible. By then, even if the main palace came, they wouldn't be able to do anything. Thinking until here, Nangong Chen smiled and said, Dongfang Tuing, whether the main palace wants to protect Longao or not, it's not up to you to decide. Therefore, you better leave this place. Otherwise, just as Nangong Chen finished speaking, Dongfang Tuing, who was still there just a moment ago, instantly disappeared. Looking at Dongfang Tuing, who disappeared right in front of his eyes, Nangong Chen was completely stunned. Could it be that Dongfang Tuing also possessed a spatial divine item? Inside the Primal Chaos Palace. Brother Long, this is your spatial divine item? That's right. Big brother Dongfang, why are you here? Nangong Chen was very touched. He clearly knew that the other party couldn't be provoked, but Dongfang Tuing still came. This in itself already explained everything. However, other than being touched, Longao felt even more helpless. His Primal Chaos Palace could stay here forever, but the others could only stay here for a day. Chapter 29:15. Brother Long, I was selfish before. I didn't report to the main palace about you possessing the heavenly flame. Otherwise, waving his hand. Big brother Dongfang, there's no need for words between brothers. Hearing Longao's words, Dongfang Tuing smiled. He seemed to have thought of something. Dongfang Tuying's expression was solemn as he said, Brother Long, I didn't expect you to be so lucky to obtain two heavenly flames at the same time. Longao didn't say anything, because he knew that Dongfang Tuing was implying something. As expected. However, having two heavenly flames at the same time, once they collide in your body, you'll be in big trouble. I see. How could Longao not know about Dongfang Tuying's worries? It would be a lie if he said he wasn't worried. After all, once the two heavenly flames collide, he knew better than anyone else what it would mean. Could it be that he had to give up one of the heavenly flames? That's impossible. Even if he knew that it was dangerous, Longao wouldn't give up one of the heavenly flames. After all, every heavenly flame was an extremely powerful existence in the world. It was impossible for others to obtain one heavenly flame, let alone him, who actually obtained two heavenly flames. Big brother Dongfang, it's impossible for me to give up any of the heavenly flames. Nodding his head, of course I know. Not just you, no matter who it is, they wouldn't give up the heavenly flames easily. There are a total of 23 heavenly flames in the chaotic realm's 99 heavens. Every heavenly flame is a heaven-defying existence. Anyone who can obtain one of the heavenly flames can become a peerless expert. Especially us pill inscription masters. If we can obtain the heavenly flames, we'll definitely become a pill inscription grandmaster in the future. As for how far he could go with two heavenly flames, even Dongfang Tuing didn't know. According to the transmission, the main palace master of the Pill Palace seems to have a heavenly flame too. Longao was very clear about what the main hall palace master meant. Big brother Dongfang, this has nothing to do with you. I'll send you away later. I believe Nangong Chen won't make things difficult for you. Ha ha, brother Long, you're underestimating me. Dongfang Tuing said with a firm expression on his face. If I give up my brother when I encounter a powerful existence, I would have lived for nothing. He sighed deeply. His luck was really good. As soon as he stepped into the Primal Chaos realm, he met the Black Wind squad. Other than Yuan Hua, the rest of them were very good to him. Now, it was the same for Big Brother Dongfang. Brother Long, I've already made a mistake once. I definitely won't make a mistake a second time. Previously, when Longao wanted to leave the pill hall, he clearly knew what would happen. However, he didn't stop him. As a friend, he was indeed very unkind. He had made a mistake the first time, so he definitely couldn't make the same mistake a second time. Longao knew Big Brother Dongfang's character very well. He didn't say anything else. Brother Long, what do you plan to do next? There were dozens of lords outside, as well as a peak godly king hiding in the shadows. It was basically impossible for them to leave Black Rock City. He felt helpless. We can only use our wits, not brute force. Brother Long, I heard that you were prepared to use 2 types of heavenly flames to collide and destroy Black Rock City? Indeed, but it's a pity that it failed. Dongfang Tuing was very shocked. This was too crazy. If it was someone else, they definitely wouldn't dare to do this. Fortunately, it failed. If Brother Long really succeeded, not to mention Black Rock City, even the pill hall would become a pile of ruins. Just thinking about it made him feel scared. Big Brother Dongfang, to be honest, I do have 2 types of heavenly flames. One is the burning heart flame lotus that I got from my master. As for the other heavenly flame, even I don't know what it is. However, I can say that this heavenly flame's ranking is higher than the burning heart flame lotus. Ah! Hearing Longao's words, Dongfang Tuing was completely stunned. Of course, he knew what the burning heart flame lotus meant. It was a powerful existence that was ranked 7th among the 23 heavenly flames. According to Longao's words, the other heavenly flame that he had was much more powerful than the burning heart flame lotus. Doesn't that mean that the other heavenly flame's ranking was even higher? A super existence that surpassed the 7th place. Oh my god! Longao's luck was too good. If other people knew about this, they knew what would happen. At this moment, suddenly, a ball of flame appeared in the palm of Longao's right hand. It was hard to tell what color it was. It was like a piece of primal chaos. It gave people a very strong feeling. Its deterrence was indeed far above the burning heart flame lotus. Big Brother Dongfang, take a look. Do you know this heavenly flame? Oh right, when I got it, a name appeared in my mind. Primal Chaos Flame. Dongfang Tuing didn't say anything. He just stood there dumbly. Longao was very curious. However, he could say that Big Brother Dongfang definitely knew about the Primal Chaos Flame. Otherwise, he wouldn't have such an expression. Brother Long, are you sure that the heavenly flame in your hand is called the Primal Chaos Flame? That's right. Longao was very sure about this. Looking at Big Brother Dongfang's expression, he already knew that the Primal Chaos Flame that he had was definitely not a simple heavenly flame. It could even be ranked in the top 4. If that was the case, then it was indeed a good thing for him. Big Brother Dongfang, you know about the Primal Chaos Flame? Taking a deep breath, Dongfang Tuing forcefully suppressed the shock in his heart. He said excitedly, Brother Long, I can almost say that in the future, not only will you become a pill engraving grandmaster, but you will also go further and further on the martial Dao. What did that mean? Without waiting for Longao to ask, Dongfang Tuing continued, 23 heavenly flames. Each heavenly flame is a heaven-defying existence. However, the other 22 heavenly flames can't be compared to the first heavenly flame. According to legend, the Primal Chaos Flame that is ranked first is the first flame that was born at the beginning of the chaos. It can burn everything. However, the Primal Chaos Flame only exists in legends. First, Longao had already thought that the Primal Chaos Flame was definitely not simple. However, he still didn't expect that the Primal Chaos Flame that he had obtained would have such a strong origin. It was actually ranked first among the 23 heavenly flames. Moreover, it was so heaven-defying. The first flame that was born at the beginning of the chaos. Brother Long, the fact that you have the primal chaos flame must not be leaked out. Otherwise, everyone will fight for it. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.